And match day 3, we are here. Match day 3, we are here. It's the final chance to do anything. It's the final chance for something. And for Canada, it's the first opportunity to top the group at a World Cup that they've ever had on the men's side. And this is what we're going to be watching today, 3 o'clock today, less than an hour away. Canada versus Switzerland. I call this the battle of cheese. Curds are Swiss. Canadian cheddar are Swiss slices. What will go on your poutine? It'll only be cheese curls. Let's be real. But Canada, Switzerland, both with 4 points, both sitting at their group. Only difference is goal difference. And that is the difference. As you can see, Canada's lineup is out. And an interesting change. One big change, but then turns into two because they're giving a player some rest. Let's go over Canada's 11 right now. And if you are new to the channel, guys, welcome. Appreciate you guys being here. We do primarily Canadian African content, and we used to be known as the Africans. But this is the shape of football where you look at football, look at the stories, look at the different insights, create a narrative that is actually true, and try to work with it. And so you like this type of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like on your way in and out. Give me predictions for Group B because we have both games going on. And tell me so far who is your surprise of the tournament and who is your disappointment of the tournament. Let me know in the comments. We have Canada's lineup here. Let's go with the Max Crepeau, Richie Laurier, Luc Defouchra, Derek Cornelius, Alistair Johnson, Mathieu Choignard, Nathan Saliba, Ali Ahmed, Tejan Buchanan, Jonathan David, and Kyle Larin. They are swapping midfield. Now, we all know that Ishmael Kone had the injury versus Qatar. His tournament is over. Canada down to 25 players, second to 24, because we have yet to see, if you want to be real, down to 23, because we have yet to see Alfie Jones or Alphonso Davies play. And Joel Waterman also has just been warming up on the sides. Based off of that, that being said, this is a very interesting choice. I think this is a good pairing when it comes to the middle. But hey, welcome to the game where you have the biggest matchup of the thing. And with Canada, every game is going to be the biggest game in Canada's men's history till the next one. It's going to continue to be that until the next one, right? It's Rogue One, right? We'll take our chances until the next chance or until our chances have run out. And for Canada, this is it. This is the biggest game in men's history until the next one for the Canadian men's soccer program. And then it continues on and it continues on. But again, we have nothing but double headers for the remainder for these next 4 days, today included. Group B gets the games going early. Group C gets going at 6. And then Group A finishes up at Group 9. And again, in Group B, it's a very simple matchup. Switzerland versus Canada is winner tops the group and gets to stay in Vancouver for the round of 32 matchups. And then the loser has to go to LA, I believe. In the other matchup, you have Bosnia versus Qatar. And Bosnia are playing for a third place spot and would have to batter Qatar by a wide margin. And so what we will do, as always, is we'll do our best to keep you updated on all the scores, all the things that are happening today, because we're going to have our eyes glued on everything today. We're going to have our eyes glued on everything. We'll do the Canada game today, and then we'll also be back this evening at 9 to talk about the other two games that have happened and talk about how those groups have shaken out. And so that is what we have. But Group B kicks us off today. Canada versus Switzerland is the matchup here. And again, as we've said, winner of this group plays a round of 32 matchup in Vancouver. So you're playing for the right to stay home. This is King of the Hill. You win, you stay here. And if they win this game and the winner of the next game in Vancouver, if they win that game, they get to stay in Vancouver. It's King of the Hill until the hill is won. And so this is the lineup here for Canada. But let's give you the full lineup for both sides here as we prepare ourselves for the matchup. Scroll away. As we wait for matchups to come through. We're waiting for just a little that lineup coming in. So again, as you're watching here, first question, give me a prediction. But then the second question is, what team has surprised you so far? And which team has disappointed you so far? Right. That is the question that we have for you. Because there's been a lot of time teams that have surprised, but there's also some teams who have disappointed. It's going to continue from a conversation we had yesterday evening into the morning. So that is what it is. But here's how the 11 for the Swiss goes. You got Kobel in net, Yaquez, Elvedi, Akanji, Rodriguez is your back line. Xhaka and Freuler are your holdings. So Manzambi and then Vargas are your attacking trio with Mbolo leading the line. So a 4-2-3-1 versus a 4-4-2, which could very much look like a 4-5-1 with Joe David and how he likes to drift into the middle. But again, the big surprise, we knew that there'd be a new midfielder coming into the middle for Canada. We didn't know that there'd be two. So this becomes a very interesting conversation where you have a midfielder who hasn't played all tournament with a midfielder who just got his first minutes just due to injury. Now, I wonder if the rotation was going to happen here regardless of the injury, but the injury just gave them more of a reason to do so. And so we'll have to wait to figure that out. But I think it gets very interesting in terms of where it is. So as we have our tracker almost ready here. Almost ready. Let's get Bosnia Herzegovina here. And let me actually throw you to that lineup so you guys see who's starting there, because there is much in this game, in this hour, that will be decided. There is much in this time frame that will be decided. So as you said, we have this game now happening at the same time. You're going to have Bosnia versus Qatar. And they have also rotated a bit of their lineup. Bosnia has two new. Well, the red card will affect this. For Malic, and then Gradulic is coming in. Then you have Katic and then Kolasinac. And let me just throw it up for you here. So two new starters coming in for Bosnia Herzegovina, and then for Qatar, they're going Junior Afif, Haidos, Mudia Fati, and then Abdul Salam, Amrak, Lai, and then Kuki, and then Miguel, and then Wanda going in. Qatar technically are also alive because they have a win, but they would have to win their match by a wider goal margin than what Switzerland would have to do. To show you what the group standings look like, this -6 goal difference, a win here, Qatar would need to get this to at least, Qatar would have to win by 4, and Bosnia would have to win by 4, because with 4, at least it gets them to the positive, and that nearly guarantees them, just based off of the matchups that are going to be coming up for first and second place and really third place coming in. And so I think both teams are playing for something. Both teams are playing for a round of 32. Or both games are playing for a round of 32. Canada, Switzerland, it's where they're going to play. And then Bosnia and Herzegovina versus Qatar is trying to make it into that round of 32. I think that is what makes these dual games. And again, they're playing at the same time because we're not trying to get no max fixing. We're trying to make sure that these games go off and teams play and the ball will be kicked and it'll go as it goes. Now, to keep you guys updated on what's going on with rankings, this is how the third place groupings look at this point. So third place teams are Sweden, Scotland, Croatia, Algeria, Paraguay, Cape Verde, Belgium, and Czechia, with DR Congo sitting with Ecuador and Bosnia here. Now, Sweden and Scotland will have tougher games moving forward, and this is where I say Croatia has Ghana, Algeria have Austria, Paraguay have. Who does Paraguay have? Australia. No. Yes, they have Australia. Yeah. Cape Verde have Saudi Arabia, Belgium have New Zealand, and Czechia have Mexico. So there's a very strong possibility not only teams in the third place spots, but maybe some teams who could be singing last could vault their way all the way into contention within this tournament. And so it's the games. We are here. We are excited. Nelson has hopped in. How are you doing this afternoon, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I want us to beat these lot. I need Canada for the win, but you know what? As I've maintained this, I think Canada's ceiling should be just leaving groups.
Okay.
So once we get out of groups, I'm happy. I'm happy for the boys. So hey, as long as we don't get beat, I would like a draw,
Mhm.
but because if we lose to Switzerland, and that guarantees us as second,
Yep.
um, we could end up facing a really good second place team. So I would much prefer we show that we can play a team of the level of Switzerland and
Mhm.
like compete. I just want to compete, like
Mm.
showcase that we can.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm not I'm it's this is going to be a good uh
Measuring
and
stick
a
for them.
measuring stick, yeah, a good way to assess how good this team is.
Mhm.
um but yeah, either way, I'm happy. This is more of like a something to just check, just to assess how good we are. That's all.
No, most definitely. Like it does give us the opportunity to see, okay, where do we stand currently? It's like we said, I'll go back to lineups in a second. It is a rotated midfield. Both midfielders who started against Qatar and Bosnia aren't starting in this game. And so
Also,
that'll
they
be
are both injured because Koneno was injured, but
yeah,
Eustaquio, you said, was injured
missed
before.
training. And then so yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be which means they're down to one
Who?
midfielder.
Saliba. So who are we playing in midfield?
It's Saliba and Shuanya.
Oh wow. Okay.
Mhm. Right.
Well,
Saliba.
Saliba played well in the last game,
Yeah.
so hopefully the form continues. Oh, so we're playing basically the same lineup, just missing the midfielders.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, I think Akwasi decided to leave. That's just how much upset he was with the.
I think I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. You're so upset with the concept of it. The reason I'm afraid of this is that midfield three
Hmm.
of Switzerland will be a concern.
Oh, definitely.
So I would have hoped he at least. Well, if you don't have midfielders to begin with, you can't really play midfielders. So you just have
Hmm.
to rely on your front boys to kind of stretch them. And I just don't like this matchup.
It's a stat. Yeah.
Akanji's a good defender.
Yep.
Like it's just gonna be a long day.
it could set up for that, but again, we'll see how they go. Again, it's a good measuring stick to see where they sit. But again,
Well, we know
winner
where
gets
they
a
sit. Let's be honest. Like, if we're being honest, we know where they sit. He left again. This is anything negative I might say about Canada. Kwasi immediately panics. But I'll say where I think they sit. I think Canada sits. They're better than. I think they were better than Bosnia, but against low blocks because of the lack of decent or technical midfielders. We also need to understand Kone, for as good as he is, um, had a tough time at Marseille before he moved to Sassuolo. So
yes.
eh, he'll need time to adapt. So eventually he might get better, but we're not too sure. Um, but look at the squad. I think it's hard to say you can't play Laren just because he scored in 2 games. Or did he score in 2 games? Or um, but Jonathan David. Let's see if he backs this. Oh, you're jumping out and then come back in. I restart the whole thing. Okay. So of course he's just having technical difficulties. But this is where we need to start assessing Jonathan David, man. Like Jonathan David is a person we need to really start putting pressure on because these are the games where we look at you and for his own um, personal development because it's been a tough time at Juventus. He needs. We had this discussion with Akwasi before where we truly assess if he's good enough. If he's good enough for Juventus, if he's good enough to start at Juventus, I thought it was a very dang move, but it's the exact move for someone who really backs himself, and I think he's a man with a lot of confidence. The question is, how long is this going to go? Um, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Canada does. This is the toughest test in this group. Switzerland are usually a very good team. I think they are the teams that are rung below the big boys, the Frances, the Spains, but beating Switzerland, beating Austria, those are usually the markers that you're a decent squad, like you're a squad good enough to win tournaments. So that's nothing to say. If Canada beats them, doesn't mean that we're good enough to win the tournament, but it puts us in good steading against some of the better teams. They have a lot of talent in that squad. That's another issue. Like we haven't really faced a team with a good midfield playing against Granit Xhaka, who for some reason, as he gets older, gets better. It's going to be very difficult to really assess how. I just have a lot of concerns. Bolo from the first game was poor in terms of goal scoring, was good in everything else except goal scoring. Second game looks a lot better, so it's terrible time for a player to come in. But yeah, I'm just waiting to see how some people line up. Some of you might know I have generational beef with Ali Ahmed. He made me super excited about a documentary, and he was poor for me. At Norwich, he played in a very interesting system. So I just want to see a lot more technical ability from him. I assume Liam Miller would have come in just because he covers a lot more ground, but we'll see then.
Indeed, but these are the questions. I've missed everything you said, Nelson, because I had to
That's all right.
come back
No,
in.
I just said like my big thing about is Ali Ahmed. I really want to see how he plays. Like I thought they would play Liam Miller because Liam Miller is a lot more physical, a lot more. I think he can help with the defensive side of things.
Agreed.
But I think Jesse Marsh is taking this as well. He really believes that this team can go toe to toe with them because this team is basically we only know one way, and
Yes.
it's front foot football. So, hey, this World Cup has been a World Cup of you have to dare to believe. So if you
Yep.
can't believe, then what the hell are you doing here? So this will either look amazing for him or really bad for him,
Hmm.
like shortly, you know. But yeah,
No, that's true. And then with again, so those two teams are playing for that. If Canada's finished second, they play the second place team of Group A. So as it stands currently, that would be South Korea in Inglewood would be the matchup if they aren't able to get the win. A draw or a
Whoa.
win for Canada means they play Vancouver and they play a third place team from one of the different groups, which I was going through some of them before you hopped on. I think the third places are going to look vastly different than what they currently look like
Of
because
course.
just who plays who just opens up.
One win changes games, like
Mhm,
changes the whole look up of the groups. So it's gonna be interesting.
mhm.
It's gonna be interesting coming into game 3.
Yeah, game 3 because again, just throwing that. Scotland plays Brazil, Croatia plays Ghana, Algeria plays Austria, Paraguay plays Australia,
Mhm.
Capo Verde plays Saudi Arabia, Belgium play New Zealand, and Czechia play Mexico.
Mm,
And that's 7 of the 8 matchups. Then
yeah,
you have Sweden, who will have a tough matchup as well, just to give you that, because I keep on forgetting who Sweden's supposed to play. And it's Japan, right? Sweden plays Japan.
I think Sweden go. Oh, oof. But Sweden go through a second, right? And don't they have how many
No,
points
currently
does Sweden have? 8
they're
points.
in third in their group because remember they went
Oh,
five
it's
nil
Japan,
5-1.
Netherlands,
Yeah,
and Sweden.
Japan,
Oh, I forgot
Netherlands,
about that.
Sweden, and Tunisia. Yeah,
Oh, that's a tough group. That was always
precise.
going to be a tough group. I think people got excited about like the France, Norway, Senegal group. That was a good group too. But
Hmm.
I assume Japan were going to go through top of the at the top. So I think they still can. They just need to beat Sweden.
That would be the case as
Now
well. So
it's going to go down to goal difference, right? Because Netherlands
yeah,
already beat Sweden. They beat them
it's
what
head
five?
to head then goal difference. So I think if you're
Well,
playing
they
a
drew
team
each
that
other.
yeah,
So this one will go literally down to goal difference.
hmm it should because that's Group F, and then Group F it's yeah Netherlands have gone draw Japan, and then they beat
Oh, the
Sweden.
goal difference is 4, but Netherlands played Tunisia, where they're gonna just
Yeah,
ragdoll them. Yeah,
so Netherlands should just based off of that Netherlands should
yeah.
take it.
Netherlands should take it.
Yeah.
They'll score minimum 4, and Japan will probably score 1 or 2
Hmm.
against Sweden, like goal difference wise, like 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, Netherlands should stay at the top.
But if Japan beats Sweden, then you're looking at this goal difference dropping at 3,
I think
especially
that's
with
fine. I'm
yeah.
not joking. All of this is gonna change. I
Oh, for
think
sure.
I like for instance, if you scroll down a little bit,
Yep.
because Bosnia play Qatar,
Yes.
so
That should be
Bosnia
a win
could
for them.
jump up.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's not just that they jump up, it's
Ecuador,
that
I'm
they
not
already
even
have the
sure.
draw. So the 4 puts them vaults them to the top immediately. And then they're just moving down. So I think how
Yeah, but
big they beat Bosnia or beat they Qatar by.
mhm.
And I mean Qatar's technically the same conversation, but I feel like Bosnia should take that. But
No,
hey.
Bosnia beating Qatar. Come on,
Mhm,
like as good as Qatar's tried to be, like nah, they're
mhm.
not there yet. They're not. It's still too early for them. Um, but yeah, like because it's a top 8, it doesn't matter what
Yes.
It doesn't matter where you rank, whether you finish 8th or you finish 4th. It's literally are you in the top 8? So excuse me. So in my opinion, I think it probably stays the same because Ecuador have really shocked me in terms of their lack of ability in finishing. The
Mhm,
insistence of playing Caicedo as a further forward central midfielder also doesn't make sense. But this is why you play in the World Cup. It's a question of how do you manage your squads, and if you don't have good attacking talents, well, this is why you have to rely on people who are not necessarily um, like attacking attack minded, but
mhm.
they have the technical ability to play there, but you're decreasing their ability. So I don't know. Um, I don't see a single one of the 4 jumping up. I
I
like genuinely. I'm looking at that list because Paraguay's last game is
Australia, I believe.
oof, that's a tough one
Yeah.
because they could
So
lose.
here's
I
how I
think.
think it goes. I think Bosnia jumps up. I think
Mhm,
Czechia lose to Mexico, and then that pushes them. With Bosnia jumping up, Czechia drops out of the top 8.
mhm.
Scotland's playing Brazil, and so they're
That's
trying to
by the way, that's a
yeah.
toss up because Scotland could do a smash and grab. Not
Mhm,
to say we know the better team's Brazil, but Scotland could score one, and they've got the size, they've got the players to do it.
mhm,
So they could grab one goal, maybe a John McGinn goal or Scott McTominay or something like that.
yeah,
But they have players for smash and grab. So
yeah,
that's why I'm actually keeping Scotland there. They have all the teams with 3 points. I'm leaving them there. I think Paraguay, Algeria, Croatia, Scotland, and Sweden are probably going
mhm,
to go through because the argument is one of Belgium, Czech, Cape Verde are going to get 3 points. They because it's not a draw. They have to get 3 points.
they have to get the 3 points, yeah,
Because Senegal, I'm going to be honest. I know I was attacking, like jokingly with Musa,
yeah,
but you have to assess with the data you have in front of you. And Senegal have been disjointed. It's like from the friendlies all the way up to the games, they look good for one half against France. That's it. But ever since then, they've looked progressively poor. So maybe it's a confidence thing with them, and they could bounce back. But dude, gaining confidence in your last game, a do or die game, that pressure affects you. So
yeah.
I'm not too sure about that, to be honest with you.
Again, yeah, I
Belgium
think
should probably go up because who's the last game against?
it's New Zealand.
Yeah, Belgium should be New Zealand. You know what? I can see that as a draw. Like that could actually be a draw too.
I am
That's a
telling
hard
you,
one because they also well. Nah, I think they should be New Zealand. Belgium they just have enough quality to be New Zealand. The problem is Belgium are probably just going to face a strong team to begin with at the first round, and they get
mhm,
knocked out. Like that's the problem. First knockouts. This is like taking your lambs to slaughter here. This
yeah,
is why you should have finished top 2.
yeah,
Like because you're gonna get happy. Oh, I got out of groups, and then boom, here's a killer.
mhm. And there haven't been too many surprise group toppers, right? If any, right?
No, not really. Actually, if you show the groups, is it possible to just show
Yeah,
the?
I will get that for you. All right, let me just go straight back to the World Cup
To just go
standings.
standings.
So
Yeah,
Mexico topping their group,
yeah,
not
that doesn't shock you.
Canada
I
winning
think
their group
I
would be the
think
only shock.
Canada. Yeah,
Would be
if
the first shock,
Canada
yeah.
beats Switzerland, that would be the only shock.
Mhm.
Brazil or Morocco, we won.
They're gonna
Neither
draw out
one.
because I think they both win their last games,
Yeah,
and
but
that
that's what I mean. Like either
yeah,
one being top wasn't like shocking. That's shocking. I think U.S. top in Group D is shocking.
I'll give you that. Yep.
Turkey. I think most of us had Turkey going through.
Yes,
Germany, Ivory Coast. Yep, makes sense. Netherlands, Japan. Yep, makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Egypt, Iran.
This would be
That's
the
it. That'd be
surprising.
shocking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is shocking.
because if Egypt win, whew,
Yep.
when that's when you know you're in a World Cup. Because now it's what the hell just happened. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So
And then Spain plays Uruguay last game, and I keep on going back to this point. If Spain finish in second, they play Argentina round of 32.
there's no way. This Uruguay team isn't good.
It shouldn't. I've seen strange things. That's all I'm going
No,
to
no,
say.
no. They have the ability to.
Mhm.
As I said, this is like the most interesting World Cup. The problem is it's crazy for you to like. It's hard for me to come out and say, um, Uruguay can't beat Spain, right? Because
Mhm.
in your mind you're like, no, Uruguay is a top team, has good players,
Mhm.
but then you start thinking about it like, they haven't looked good. They looked mediocre against Cape Verde. They drew to Saudi Arabia. They should have locked this in already. The fact that the door's open, For heck, Saudi Arabia, the door's
Yep.
open. The door's open. Saudi Arabia could beat Cape Verde and come out of this group as the second place team, having
Yes.
lost. You know what I mean? Like they could genuinely do it too. Like this isn't this group, the bottom three teams, it's still open. It's
Yes.
still an open group. That's why I love the World Cup. Look at that. From nothing. Saudi Arabia could, because we've spoken about this. Saudi's not a bad team.
No.
Like just because people are like Saudi shocked the world last time with their win against Argentina.
Yep.
If they can beat Argentina and draw to Uruguay, they are good enough to beat Cabo Verde. They are.
They are. And like as much as Capo Verde are the darlings of the tournament, it's like this it's a
It doesn't
toss-up
matter.
game for the last
Yeah,
matchup
yeah.
for that,
100%.
right? Then we get the group I, France, Norway, Senegal, Iraq.
Yeah, that's that. I think most people had said that's how it was going to go.
Yeah, some people would have had Senegal over Norway. Some would have had
Some of me,
yeah.
and we were idiots. Yep.
Yeah, we were. Some
Next.
people, he looks around. Some people, yes.
What's Group J?
Group J. This is
Yep,
pretty much going
that's
as
exactly what we thought it was
Yep.
going to be. Literally in that order.
yeah.
K, I called it. I said Portugal are not good enough. I called it early. People are getting excited about Portugal too early. Even if they get out of this group, okay? Because they will. Portugal will probably get out of this group. Portugal are not good enough. They look good against Uzbekistan, okay? Everyone in Europe looks good against Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan is a young team that still doesn't know what it's supposed to do, okay? Don't let that get you excited. This Colombia side should beat Portugal. It should.
It should.
It should. This
The
Colombia
talent
side
on
is,
either side. Yeah, I think we'll look at the talent.
Colombia
and
is
say,
just
well,
as
they should have
talented
it, but
as Portugal.
yeah.
Yeah. They have Luis Diaz. They have Duran. And even guys like James Rodriguez are like useless. You know what I mean? Like people think like they're just, it's a good squad, man.
It feels like a side that can play much more fluidly. I feel like when I watch Portugal, I know everything's good. They're going to try to feed CR7, which, hey, he got his brace against Uzbekistan. Congratulations. But I mean, I will continue to say, I feel that CR7, like, take him out of the starting lineup. I feel like I look at this Portuguese side a little bit differently. And I say, okay, maybe because I just feel like they'd be so much more fluid and so much better without him there, even though he's still their best 9 starting for them. I just feel like stylistically they would look better.
I like teams where you can clearly tell where the spine is. You know what I mean? Like it's obvious to see Colombia's spine. Their spine is Munoz as a right back, Davinson Sanchez as a center back, James Rodriguez, Luis Suarez, and Luis Diaz. Like it's just a very good. And then they can go on the bench. They can bring in Cordoba. They can bring in Arias, the other Arias, not the winger that they usually start with.
Yeah,
I think is probably someone that they should be starting. But hey, every team seems to have that one player that you're like, why are you starting? They have a lot of experience on the bench, like Mina, the center back, tall. I think he's like 6'5". I'm pretty sure he's a giant. So if you can bring someone like him on, he plays a good side in Italy, Cagliari. Like it's a good team, man. So people see. Here's my thing: people see Portugal, and you obviously Cristiano Ronaldo. Then you think of, oh, look at the PSG midfield of João Neves and Vitinha, and then you add Bruno Fernandes. You're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, but they don't play the same. These are different stylistic players, people who play in extremely rigid systems built by their coach. And then they come to Portugal and they're coached by Martinez, who has no clue what he's doing. So they look worse. And you add to the fact that, as you said, Cristiano Ronaldo literally affects how they play. So if Cristiano shows up where he's a little bit more selfless, then it's
Mhm.
a game. Then we have a game here. But if it's what we normally see, which is that when games get really tight, Ronaldo really tries to be like, I want to be the guy who scores that goal that differentiates stuff. Yeah, they're cooked. They might lose to Colombia like 5-0. Because Portugal, here's the thing: Portugal, Congo played a deep block at some points, and they
Mhm.
still got rushed. If Portugal open up, remember that picture I sent you? Those
Yeah.
massive pockets of space. It might be a long one. And Luis Diaz is one of the best wingers in the world. He literally
This
is.
year, yeah.
If they play with full attacking fullbacks, they're screwed.
It leaves them very vulnerable
It
on
leaves
that.
them very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either way, I think Colombia should beat Portugal, and either way, I still think Colombia go through just because the Portugal or Colombia go through because Colombia's 6 points.
Mhm. But
Period.
then DR Congo have Uzbekistan, and I think if they get the
Even
four,
if they
that should
win,
get
this
win. Yeah.
look at +5. You would need to score 6 to even match. So
Yeah.
yeah, they go as
I
the
think
third best.
yeah.
Either way,
I think
yeah,
Congo gets a third spot. I think they get a third place spot, which was to the point.
yeah.
I think Bosnia, I think Congo are getting third place spots. I think Group L, it's
That I'm
Ghana
gonna be
are
honest.
pretty much
This is
yeah.
shocking. This is shocking because Ghana have actually really what the hell is going on kind of impressed me because I don't understand how with like for a country with all the noise going in before and being able to kind of like tune it out because they got a result without Thomas Partey. That's
Yes.
big.
Yes.
Ignore all the shit that Thomas Partey is. He's a horrible human being. We all agree. But he is one of Ghana's best players. They got a result without him. And then when they needed him against England, you saw why
He was
Thomas
one of their
Partey
better
is the
players.
best
Yeah.
player. He was the best player. He was the best player that game. And whenever you need someone to sit deep and like just snuff out fires,
Mhm.
there's very few players. Akwasi knows this. I highly rate Thomas Partey. I used to say if it wasn't for the issues that he had, he'd still be at Arsenal. Arsenal wouldn't have gone and bought somebody else. I think Thomas Partey for DMs is one of the top DMs in the world. And if you think I'm saying crazy stuff, hey, come at me in the comments. I'm not joking. Thomas Partey is legitimately one of the best DMs. There's something about certain players. They get to a certain level and they have to do something to ruin their career. It's one of my favorite things about freaking sports in general. So, hey, horrible human, really good player. Ghana, lucky to have him. Long may they not play in Canada so that he can play and get them somewhere.
If they finish in third, there's a possibility that they could have to play. Because if they find themselves in one of the,
They
I
could
think,
finish, yeah, they could finish third
yeah,
because
because I think they could
who's
lose. It's
Croatia's last
more than
game?
conceivable for them to lose to Croatia. Yeah,
Croatia plays
Ghana last matchup.
Ghana last game. Damn. But you know the thing is Ghana just showed it proved that it can set up in a low block,
Mm-hmm.
right? They can set up in a low block and
Mhm.
lock it up.
I don't know if they want to do. I don't. Well, it'll be one of those things where it's they did it against England because clearly, like I think they feared playing that open. I don't know if
Mm,
they're gonna fear playing that. Not to say that they're gonna just walk into Croatia thinking they can play an open and expansive style, but I
mm,
think they'll take more opportunities than what they took versus England versus Croatia,
mm,
right? Because I think they'll be. I think they'll look at, especially if you have Modric starting in an important game, they might look and say we could probably, if that would be a game where I'd say if they got any production from the midfield, just driving play, it would go a long way. Because against England, they said, listen, there are 3 CDMs and Iñaki Williams is up top. Iñaki, when we have the ball,
just hold.
time your runs, go for it.
Yeah.
That's it. And so I wonder if they want to, if they feel like they'll be able to play a little bit more with Croatia. But again, they're
You
playing with
you
house
wonder if
money.
they're gonna play more expansive, they will not. That's stupid to even try.
I would.
You're already ahead of them.
Mhm,
There's literally no benefit in you playing expansive. Panama
mhm.
cannot catch up to you,
No.
right? It's it's on Croatia needs to win.
Yes.
Because
A draw,
here's
yeah.
the problem: Ghana can't catch up to England's goal difference.
It's
Because
plus one. It's
England's
playing
playing
Panama.
Panama.
Yes, yeah.
You're not catching up to them.
Hmm.
So the only thing you can hope for is England draw Panama and then you beat Croatia. That's the only way you're going up.
Hmm.
But Panama not beating any of them. So
Doesn't look like
anyway,
it. Yeah.
still good games. Hey, but it doesn't feel like there's a lot of like danger in the next couple games. You know what I mean? Like
No, and like
yeah.
I haven't asked you this year. So they changed the tiebreakers this year at the World Cup. They
Mhm.
went head to head first versus goal difference first, then head to head. And so because of head to head, that's why you see teams who are on 6 points who technically another team could catch them, but because of the head to head that's gone through. I think the best example of that is Mexico, for instance. Mexico,
Mhm.
because they've beaten
South Korea.
both the South Korea and South Africa. South
Mhm.
Korea can't catch them because the head to head is there.
Mhm.
And so it effectively ends groups earlier.
That's key.
Which,
I think that's good.
why do you think that's good?
But because head to head literally shows that you played well against the teams on your level. Like my whole let's be honest, there are a lot of teams that do maths on if I just get to a certain number of points, I go through.
Yeah.
This forces you to win. Head to head literally means you have to win your games.
Mhm.
This is why that's a good point you brought up. This is the reason why teams have been more focused on winning. Because you're like, I have to win. I literally just have to. If I draw my games and one of them has won a game, then head to head with everybody else, they're clear.
Mhm.
So yeah. Head to
No,
head, I've always preferred head to head, to be honest. I think gathering points and you stat pad on one, like if you're in this group, group A,
yeah.
you just look at South Africa and you go, well, we need to beat South Africa with 4 or 5 goals so that we
Mhm.
can have a good goal difference. And then I
Yep.
just need to draw South Korea and check.
Mhm.
That's all you're doing. It's stupid. Stupid.
I get it, but then I think on the flip side, where in tournaments past you'd have teams that are still alive, you have teams like if South Africa beat South Korea in their matchup, is
Sure.
it possible? No. Do we expect it? No. Is it possible? Yes. Do we expect it? No. Like South Africa, effectively, the only thing they could really do is get past they're still alive barely. That's the bad example for a group that I'm thinking of. There's a team. I think it would have been Haiti. Yeah, Haiti can't go anywhere. Haiti is effectively dead. Even though
Well,
if there's like the goal difference matters, but if Haiti were to beat Morocco,
mhm,
hypothetically,
mhm,
they'd be tied with Scotland. And
mhm.
because of head to head, they can't pass Scotland.
Yeah,
So they finish in last.
yeah. I don't understand why that's an issue.
I,
You didn't
if you're gonna
you didn't beat the teams that were around
Mhm.
you. You need to
Fair
beat the teams that are around you. This is the problem. There were teams, historically speaking, there were teams that had gamed the system,
Mhm.
which is just get to a certain number of points. The points was 4. Teams
Yeah.
would get to 4 points,
Mhm.
and that was it. So group stages, we called this back in the day. Group stages were boring. They were boring. You know what we used to look for? Group of death matches. Because in
Mhm.
that group, you didn't know what was going to happen. So you had to put like the 4 point, that 4 points is probably you topping that group,
Yeah.
right? Because it could be 4-3-3-3-3 because they've all won, but it's against each other. You know what I mean? So the way I see this is this is a tournament that's been set up so that you can't play risk averse football. And if you do play risk averse football, well, guess what? You're not getting out of groups,
If you
which is
play fully,
fantastic for me.
yeah. With
Yeah,
if you play risk averse with no results, you're pretty much done.
yeah.
Yeah.
But risk averse football means you're not going to get a result. That's a point.
Mhm. Yep. Okay. No, I'm just saying to the point for like a team like Ghana played risk averse versus England, but got the point. But they could do that because they had to win earlier.
Well, no, yeah, and also because it's England, it's the big dogs in your
Mhm.
group, so you can't. you can't afford losing to them.
Mm.
You like that's not just you can't afford losing. They played in a way that they were like, even if they score, we need a low scoring game just so that we can maintain our up. We can go beat. We can try our luck against Croatia. We can't try our luck against England. Even in the situation that we're in, like that Kane header that hit the post.
Yeah.
That was close. Yes, the concert should have been a penalty. VAR needs to be discussed. It's not just VAR. It's officiating in general in this tournament has been. At first, I was cool with it. Now you're seeing more and more shenanigans show up. I'm not a big fan of what's going on at the moment, but name me a tournament that hasn't had any of these weird results and weird officiating discussions, and I find your lie. So it's interesting times. We're in interesting times, man.
It does, and to me, like I just feel like whether is it if they're just overcorrecting as we're getting the anthems getting ready for Vancouver, so Canada versus Switzerland, the anthems are getting ready for that. But it just because like someone brought up the point that even if you look at the what's it called, like the penalty that Messi missed in their second game, even it's a similar, it's Lautaro Martinez gets it, but it's a similar type of thing what happened in the Ghana game. And to my point, what I've said is I think the more games I've watched, I've just become so desensitized to what should be a foul. And we said it yesterday, like what should be a foul isn't a foul in this tournament so much that I don't expect fouls to be called. And it's just such an oddity that when this happened, like people were asking me, like, what do you mean you didn't expect? People were like, are you mad about the penalty? And I was just like, well, yeah, I am, but I've seen people get run over this entire tournament. Should it have at least been checked? Yes. But I've seen, like you said, the officiating has been so poor.
I think it's been clear that the referees have been mandated to allow the games to allow what I would say what used to be called light fouls to be that's not a foul anymore. Like that's us playing an aggressive game. The problem with that is those light fouls have now meant hard fouls that used to be yellow cards are now regular fouls. And our red card is basically you have to have gone nuts. The best game to explain that is Scotland versus Haiti. If anyone watched that game, Scotland should have had a red card. Scotland, I can't remember the guy's name, but he kicked the knee twice.
Yeah.
So I'm not like one is normally a foul to begin with.
Yeah.
Just the one. So I don't know. We live in weird times, Akwasi. We live in weird times.
That I agree with. But that's where we are for everyone who's here. Guys, just drop your predictions as you are sitting here, if you haven't already. Let us know what you're thinking. What's your prediction for this game here, Nelson?
Brother, I couldn't tell you. This is a hard one. Logically, Switzerland should coast. Just coast. I think 2-0, maybe 1-0. It gets interesting if Canada score first. I think if Canada score first, the game opens up because Switzerland will start attacking Canada more, leaving more spaces. But I don't like the fact that the midfield is like a makeshift midfield. It's clearly not our primary midfield. I don't know how many games Saliba and the other guy have played together. So
they did play together at club in Montreal before Saliba won across, and so it is a pairing that are familiar with themselves.
Oh, okay. Then that's actually better then if they know how they play. The issue is Saliba considered? Isn't he considered more like an attacking midfielder as opposed to like a
Yeah.
So now
It,
he's expected to play in a double pivot. That's a completely different.
it's a different space as well. But yeah, but I think again, if you look at Canada's, if there's a like for like, or like if Estacchio and Kone are their name brand, like
Mm,
Schwanyard and Saliba are their no name brand counterparts,
gotcha.
right? So stylistically, they should be. I think Saliba has a little bit more of the offensive upside for sure.
Mm,
He'll push through there, but
mm,
Schwanyard to me has always been like the if anything ever happened to Stachio, Schwanyard is the guy I want in the on the pitch. The only
mm,
other option would have been Nico Sugar, but he's basically set as their backup right back. And so, though he plays CDM for club, that's what his natural position is. And so, whenever I need a three-man midfield, I convince myself when Seager starts that he can tuck into the midfield and create a 3-3
but
2.
it's one of the reasons I'm like I do respect there's I this is why you pay managers good
Yes.
money, because I respect that Jesse Marsh isn't an idiot.
Yeah.
He knows Jonathan David cannot lead a line on his own.
Mm-hmm.
So his insistence on playing him with another striker is something I like. The problem I have though is if you're facing teams like Switzerland, you probably have to adjust that thought process and maybe go, you know what? Jonathan David doesn't start. Maybe play a midfielder, but then again, if it doesn't work out, people are on your neck for having benched the only good striker that Canada have. Like,
Yeah.
it's a tough decision. I think it would have been an easier decision had Alphonso Davis been fit, because he might have played Alphonso Davis on the wing instead of the fullback, and so that you have a more defensive left wing, and then you could, because one of the things Alphonso Davis does, he carries the ball a lot more into the final third, into dangerous positions. So it's a tough one. So I'm not mad at the midfield. He had to just play what he has.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. I
We
respect that he's maintained his identity. He's like, what, we're not changing this. We're only playing this 4-2-3-1. Regardless of teams, we're going to be more aggressive. We're not going to back down. The problem with that is if you come against a decent side, you're going to get whooped.
Yeah.
You're going to get punished. Let's see.
So this is the day where, it's going to be a day where they either can hold up, or there's going to be a good education here. So we'll definitely see.
No, I think Switzerland will be more respectful. Like, they'll score like 1 or 2. I don't think they'll go crazy, even if they have the beating of Canada. I don't think they'll go nuts. But the problem is further into tournaments when we play like actual good teams.
Yeah.
Like if we face who are options if we finish second?
If we finish second, we're facing the second place of Group A, but that puts us in the
who's in Group A? That's
bracket.
Mexico.
Yes, South Korea. Right now it's South Korea.
Oh, I think that's okay. I think we can make a good game out of South Korea, even though I think South Korea better, but I think we can make it more interesting. Yeah.
But then that if we win that game, then we're playing playing the winner of Group F versus runner-up of Group C, and that is, let me pull that for you. So winner F is Netherlands, Japan. Runner-up C is Morocco.
Nope.
The
either one of those teams is not a good. No.
Yeah.
None of them.
So second place, that's the pathway. But first place is if they top their group, then they have the winner, the Portugal, Colombia.
So you could play Congo.
Possibly.
Not so bad.
Like they get the group winner of that group is on the other side. So,
but here's the thing: You know when we talk about styles make fights,
Yes.
we match up very poorly to Congo. We match up very, very poorly. You know
Yeah.
why? Their fullbacks are all amazing defensive fullbacks.
Hmm.
And what does Canada attack with? Their wings.
Wingers. Yeah.
So if our wingers can't even can't pass them, it's
Hmm.
gonna be bad.
Indeed, it will be.
Well,
So, guys,
we get
Canada
them
versus
later.
Switzerland underway here. We'll keep you updated on what's going on with the Bosnia Herzegovina versus Qatar matchup. Canada are in the white. They are facing off against Switzerland, who are in the red. And it's white tops, white bottoms versus red tops, red bottoms. And we'll see if Canada can get a buzzing start to this game. Get this here on my second. So we'll keep you guys updated on the scores on both games. And right now, still nil on both, with Canada trying to create on the counter for what they can do. But now we're just back to, this feels so nice, Nelson. I'm only 20 seconds behind. Let me enjoy these moments. Let me enjoy these moments.
Yeah, I'll wait 30 seconds later to see where you are.
Yeah, for sure. In 30 seconds, I'll be 2 minutes behind. Be like, Nelson, what's happening?
I didn't even pull up my the games yet. One sec.
Oh, okay.
I usually don't watch those the starting bits. I feel like they're so boring.
Well,
Okay, here we go.
so right now you got Canada defending, and like this is the one question I'll always have with if you're facing a team that you think you're going to concede a lot of possession to, why not start the players who? And this is where it's a conversation for Tanny, who got into great positions against Bosnia but couldn't finish. I like Tanny when they know they're going to be defending. If they think they're going to be in possession, I understand it. You put Kyle Aaron on the pitch.
I agree. I've been saying this.
Mhm.
I've been saying Tiny played one bad game and got hooked. Yo, that's a dangerous pass back to the keeper, by the way.
Yes, I see.
Oh my days. Are you ahead of me or behind me?
Yeah, I'm ahead of you. Yeah, definitely ahead of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see the Valley. They're really trying to go. Wow. So free kick for Canada coming up is a little bit, not a short corner, but Ahmed on the race and get shoved down. You got a free kick coming for Canada here coming up. So it's basically a short corner. But no, it is basically a corner, not a short corner. But Schwanyao in, I think please don't fail me with the good set pieces.
It's a good corner because it's a good set piece because even with corners you're trying to get closer because you want the closer you are, the more pace you can bring with the ball.
Yes.
So you can just ping it straight at a defender, and if they just glance it the wrong way, it's an own goal.
Yes.
So let's see. We've been good. Ali Ahmed had been. Oh, that's a good cross.
Yep. But then dealt with
well.
Out and headed out. So now Switzerland with the ball, and they start back up to the back
on the same pace. I think we're literally on the same.
Yeah. But still 0-0 in that game. I'm going to.
Dude, it's 3 minutes. What's the expectation?
hey, you know how those guitar games can go. They get going.
Jesus. You're confusing basketball with football.
Listen, I've been so into the World Cup. I was just like, oh, the NBA draft was yesterday? Cool, good for them.
You ignored that Giannis moved?
I just saw it today. I was like, wait, what? And then I just
I love Giannis, man. When I saw he moved to Miami, I'm like, oh my days.
Bad header from Johnson. We now have a corner coming up for Switzerland. So We'll see if Switzerland can do something with this set piece.
They've got good set piece takers too.
Yes. It is a red out
Especially
here.
on if we're lucky it's on the other side because Granit Xhaka would have taken it. He has
Yes.
a crazy whip.
So it's gonna bend in here.
Oh wait,
Send, headed away, throw.
Saliba, good header.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this is where I'll always wonder. Just they have the ball here. Looking, inviting them to go across. The switch is there. Dealt with.
Cooked.
Ahmed gets it back. Bad pass. Deflected. Going now back. Agreed, Lane. Agreed.
Is Lane on?
He just texted me. I'll see if he wants to hop on. Our good friend from On the Rise there.
It's hard because it's 3 p.m. Majority of us are still at work, unless you live in Quebec and it's Saint Jean
This is true.
Baptiste Day. So
Oh, very true. Very true. Saint Jean Baptiste Day that's some memories for me in elementary school. They've given up. It looks like the refs are back to just play the game. Not bad. I understand wanting to go red for Canada, but like this feels like it's a Swiss home game with all the red in the stands. A hold up foul given. All right, so free kick.
yeah, there's only one way of stopping Embolo, to be honest.
Yeah.
You just have to be. Yeah, that wasn't even like a little bit. He was holding him all.
Hey, it was one way, and we're taking the one way. All righty.
So why don't they have ball boys again in this World Cup?
I don't know. Why have I not noticed? Because they have ball boys. Because they had ball boys at in Toronto. But why? I just see all the ball.
No, they all have ball boys, but what they do is the ball boys just put the balls in those like allocated spots. But like normally when the ball is kicked out, a ball boy would run, or a ball girl, whoever.
Yeah.
They would run, pick the ball, ensure that the ball is sticking. They would wipe the ball if towels are allowed. They can wipe the balls and stuff.
Yeah.
It makes no sense why we don't have ball boys in this. So have we called anyone up because Connor's out injured?
No, there's no. You can't call anyone up. You can only call up before your first.
So now
match.
if someone's injured, there's no. It's your team.
You've got only call up you can have is for a goalkeeper, and so only emergency goalkeepers you can call up after the tournament has started. But up until the day before your first match, you can change your lineup, which is why a lot of Canadians were wondering, okay, will Bombito get dropped? Will some of the other players who are coming back from injury get dropped? But then it turned out they were good. Only Marcelo Flores was dropped because he had the ACL, and everyone else was going to work through fitness. I wonder if Alfie Jones, who was put on the roster, is still healthy because he was coming back from injury as well, and he took a personal day as well this week. So we're wondering if he's even full fitness or even close to it. But yeah, Yeah, that's definitely a foul.
Okay, I
Free
will
kick.
say this ref has been. This is like back to normal refereeing.
Yeah.
This isn't what we were seeing before.
It's actually uncomfortable. Like I've heard the whistle blow. I'm actually
Ooh.
not sure what to do with this. Oh, nearly a problem, but
Dude, the pressure.
yeah, the Swiss are just swarming Canada. Oh,
Who?
good.
Who?
Oh,
Oh,
bad touch.
Embolo. Good.
Yeah.
We are so lucky Embolo passed with so much pace. If he
Yes.
just laid it off, just a light layoff so that the guy
Mhm.
runs into a shot. Oh, someone's injured. Lion's injured. Oh, he's faking it. That's what she said.
Has he come down yet? We'll see. Oh, oh, good save. Good save. Max earning the keep today.
Every time I watch the Canadian goalie, every single time, he always impresses me because I'm always thinking he's going to lose.
Richie, what
He
are you
has the
doing on
aura
that?
of a person who should concede, but the ability of a top end keeper.
Yeah.
To be fair, that was a terrible shot. He shot it directly at the keeper.
Yeah.
That being said, the keeper closed the distance very well.
Yes. And like Richie just asleep, letting the player just come on, you gotta wake up, man. Wake up. But save, that's your first knock, Canada. We're gonna do something, we're gonna wake up. Luke Dufourgeau puts it back. And an offsides is called.
Since we're in a lull at the moment, I notice you keep saying offsides instead of offside.
Listen,
Use the
this is the
plural.
Canadian in me, all right? This is the years of hockey. He's
Oh, in
offside.
hockey, it's offsides.
Well, the S just ends up there, man. It just always ends up there. All right.
Okay.
It's just like shots on frame. Yes. Okay.
This is the similarity of saying people who say ask instead of. Oh no, people who say ax
Not
instead of
ask.
ask. Yeah. Well, I don't think that was actually the defender's fault. To be honest, I think it was just a good sequence of play. They passed our midfield. They had a clear advantage. Mbola with great movement isolates. Like, look, the issue you have with players like Mbola is when you play elite strikers, they're just able to. Yeah, you have. Oh, Lion is off. I think
He's
he
off.
has to be off, and he also missed. Damn. Dude, even if you're not offside, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Look at him pretending that his back is still like, get the heck out then.
You can't. He looked off to me, but like they gave it, but like, come on, Kyle, you got to put that on frame. You got to put that on target. You have to put that on. You're not in my head with this.
Get that on frame stuff out of here.
Yeah, he's clearly offside.
Yeah, he clearly was.
But you don't. It's just that you don't even.
But
get.
why was he? But why was he trying to round the keeper? You should have just held the ball, like get it over with.
Agreed. He's not the player that is going to be.
He's not technical enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good turn. Bad. Too much on the pass. Oh, this just feels like it's going to be the type of a game where look, they're going to get caught up.
Canada's going to get beat badly here. I'm going to be honest. This looks like a bad game for Canada. This could be.
It's early. Let's see what happens here.
This could be a 4-5.
Again, I'm not. This whistle being blown. Like, what is this? I'm uncomfortable. The whistle, fouls being given in this economy. This is news to me. Tries to go deep, but can't get through. All right. Switzerland building up. Ball moved around. Back line. Trying to trigger the press, but they just look. Yeah, you needed someone to step up right there.
Dude, good thing Lara's got pace. Oh my god. Wow, that's a foul? That's not a foul. That actually isn't a foul. That's crazy.
How have we flipped into? Did everyone get the memos and they're like, okay, now we're calling everything? Like, you've spent most of this tournament not calling a thing, and I'm not complaining. Look, they're working
Yeah,
for
it
our
goes.
favor.
But the problem,
like-
the reason why we have to call them early is that means we could end up getting a really bad foul, like a bad penalty call or something, because they're calling small stuff. That's the issue. Whenever a ref is willing to blow for everything, the game changes very quickly. Red cards happen more often.
Most definitely do, but still 0-0 in both games. But
a lot of engagement. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, see, there's a ball boy on the left side, but the girl on the right side. Come on, come on. That's why I hate Akanji, because he's actually competent. That's a good ball. What a
That's
ball.
A good ball.
Holy, but it's against Laria. It's against Laria. We got this. Yeah, see? Yeah, Laria, talk to him. Talk to him.
This could be, the way he's calling. Yeah, he went down too easily on that. So goal kick coming up. And that dealt with by the keeper. They're isolating defenders and getting them in long ball situations so far. So
the problem is when you have, this is the issue of playing a 4-4-2 versus a 4-2-3-1. When you play a 4-4-2, you're basically saying, I'm expecting the two strikers.
Oh, but just a wrong player to be out wide there.
You're expecting the two strikers to occupy the two defenders. But you lose
the middle driving.
But you lose the midfield, exactly.
Showing out with a bad turnover. I get they're calling that as a foul. And again, I'm not complaining.
It's a foul.
Not seeing fouls called. Free kick in the middle. And they're gonna redo it here.
I don't think they took it, to be honest.
Well, they try to go quick, but then the ref said redo.
I think it's actually stupid. If they're trying to go quick when you're
that's a foul.
No way, that's yellow.
He's talking to
he's giving a warning.
Yeah.
Oh, he's given them. He said he's literally said the next foul like that is a yellow. It doesn't matter which player. You see, this is what I'm saying. Like when you get refs like this.
Yeah, it definitely. Guys,
look at that. Yeah. That's a clear foul. He knew exactly what he was trying to do.
Credit for the Swiss right now. They're taking away Canada's space to do anything, but like this is Canada needs to score here just to do something. But we got a free kick. It's going to go direct. I think we got.
Did you say Canada needs to score just to do something? That's crazy. They need an attempt on target for us to at least get.
That's my something.
Oh, good.
Didn't get his full foot on it, but good. I see the vision.
Good try. Yeah. Dude, I can't say that guy's name. the Canadian center back. I can't say his name.
Luke de Fougerolles.
Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah,
remember when you're like Luke de Figueroa. I was like, sir.
yeah. To me, it's Figueroa. He'll always be Figueroa to me.
Yes. A man whose father is French. He lives in England. He has the most French last name, and he speaks with the Queen's accent. I'm just like, sir, the confusion is here, but I'm here for it. I am here for it. Still 0-0, both games. Switzerland building with the ball here. This is the better setup for the press. Now driving in, they go deep, but dealt with.
Lara, by the way, Lara has been doing this a lot. Lara has been doing this where he like any sort of um
Contact. He'll try to draw
contact, he
a
goes
foul.
down. The
Yeah,
problem with that is at some point the ref is gonna ignore,
yeah.
and he's gonna look bad because he's normally our last defender.
Hmm.
So I you shouldn't be playing to the refs like this. Like that's dangerous. Oh, Figueroa's fucking up.
Yeah. Hey, Luke de Fougerolles dribbled through that. Give us some respect there. Because Joe David looking nothing. Deep throw. Well, not a deep throw, but throw coming in for Canada. He almost dribbled himself into infamy there, but he dribbled himself out. Headed, but dealt with, and still the score. Yep, still no here as he got the ball passed out. Switzerland building, looking, sending to the middle, back in, try to go over the top,
That guy's off. He
but
must be.
that's offsides. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, he's
ref
definitely
offside.
offsides.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, he's on the offsides.
Richie is really loving his playing on the edge life right now, but still 0-0. If the result stands,
Actually,
you
that's good defending from Figueroa because his understanding of where the striker was, he actually maintained the line, so that was really good.
mhm.
Offside traps are actually really difficult to do, so
Yeah,
I respect them.
they
I
are.
respect when you see an
Mhm.
elite defender doing it.
Hydration break here coming up in this game. We're gonna have a free kick for Canada, but so far, Switzerland have been, I think, on the ball more, but I think the best. They've had two of the best shots on goal, but still 0-0 in that matchup. Bosnia just went off target here again. They're starting to try to pepper here, but stats wise, yeah, that feels about right. About 71-29 on that. Two big chances for the Swiss. Yes, three total shots. One save for the Swiss, two for Max Crepeau, one corner kick, one deep set piece for them. Canada haven't been on the ball too much here, but they're looking to spring in transition to see what they can do. But so far, the Swiss have been in control of this game until just right before the hydration break. I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens come after. I think someone's telling me that there's been more goals after hydration breaks than in other time frames, so that'll be very interesting. I want to find that stat again to see what it is.
In general, even in like regular games,
Mhm.
second halves usually have more goals than the first half, and it's
True.
because you need the defenders to get tired
Mhm.
so that they make mistakes. When they're still fresh, the concentration is high, composure is high, decision making is high. As a game gets more and more tense, is when goals come in. So hey, we got really lucky here,
Yeah.
like very lucky. They had two clear cut chances.
Yeah.
Heck, even
The one that
Manzambi
Bolo.
when
Yes. That.
Manzambi was through on goal, and he elected to fall down from the like no touch from Laria.
Yeah.
Like if you were someone who had that like killer mentality, that could have been a goal too. It just didn't end anywhere. We only had
Yeah.
the one good chance at one set piece.
Yes.
That's the only good thing that we created here. So,
Yep.
but again, as we said, Switzerland are a good team. Um, that's it.
This is a good measuring stick for us, but that's a good team we're playing. So let's see how that looks.
The problem is Canada looks like bad. And honestly, Laren shouldn't play this game. And I know every time I've said that, Laren ends up scoring. Not He should have started from the bench. Like he has a role to play, but not as a starter. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he doesn't have a lot as much in terms of pressing. He doesn't do a lot in those aspects of the game.
Yeah.
And he's also very static. Whilst heck, Promise and all the other guys will actually run. How effective it is, at least the defenders are worried about them a little bit. But oh my god,
that's the thing. It's not the goal scoring that you need, but in the game where you're not going to have possession, you need players who can either close those gaps a little bit better, or you need players who, once you get possession, not that you're going to go direct all the time. Like we've seen Laren go into wide spaces in transition. That's where he ends up. And then it's just immediately snuffed out by a defense. And so you need a little bit more pace there for this type of matchup, especially when there aren't.
It's not even pace. You just need more mobility. He's a very immobile player. Great tackle, but I guarantee it's going to be a foul.
Yeah, 2 players down.
Great tackles.
We got Vargas and Oster Johnston down here. So we'll see what.
What happened? Oh, the foul's actually Vargas is the person who fouled him.
Yeah.
He was late.
So all of Canada holds their breath because we have not as many fullbacks as we need. But I think they're getting sent off for a minute here for injury, I think.
Yeah, once you go down, you have to.
Yeah. Or are they not?
Or maybe not.
Hmm?
That's odd. Okay.
So they reset there. Alrighty. They reset.
Dude, Mbolo is so big. Jesus.
He is.
Okay.
Sent out. Attacking throw coming in for Switzerland. Still 0-0. But man, they could really use a good turn. Okay, Saliba.
Good ball from
Joe David. Yep. Tejan. Tries to go around him.
Yeah, what is this? I'm actually with Manuel here. Come on, Akanji. Like I really hate when people dive when we haven't had the ball long enough.
Yeah.
You need to stay on your freaking feet. But it could have been a requirement, that a suggestion from Jesse Marsh to get as many set pieces as possible.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah. And it seems that Switzerland think our right back is the person to target. Most of the balls have been trying to go through the right side.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. Now, I think on diagonals, it's something I remember seeing come through for. I remember the last World Cup when Canada was playing a back three and they're playing Johnson, who is a right back, as a center back. They, in transition moments, I remember they played Uruguay one game and they just said, listen, him versus Darwin, we're taking that. Saliba, okay, very nice, good, barely control, not bad, not bad.
Laren's not bad. That was the experience you needed from him.
Yep. Just too much pace on it for getting to Tejan. Goal kick coming up, and let you know, Bosnia have scored versus Qatar. So it is now Bosnia 1, Qatar 0. So as it stands, they vault into a fourth place spot. I'm sorry, third place spot. Apologies. So that's where they end up. So showing that there. So currently Bosnia is up 1-0 over Qatar.
Oof.
As we're getting some action of this dribble through. Oh, what a shot. That's a nice goal.
That should be a
Screamer.
yellow from Carl Laren, to be honest. Carl might actually get a yellow here.
For what? Simulation?
No, he kicked the ball.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a tussle.
Oh yes. See, now we get to introduce people, the scuffles, the schmozzles, the coming together.
That's actually
Yeah.
that should be a yellow, by the way.
That should be
that should be a yellow from Kyle. I don't know why he would do that. That's such a stupid move. Dude, you're a veteran. You know that should be a card.
That's a they're
And
really trying to be.
Here's the thing, Shaqiri, sorry, I said Shaqiri, Shaka. Granit Shaka will always follow up.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Shaqiri just came out of nowhere. My brain just remembered Shaqiri.
Shaqiri just watches like, I hear you were talking to me. So double yellows for.
To be fair, yeah, I think actually that's fair, because Shaka could have stopped his. He followed through.
Yeah, it's the ultimate. Listen, I'll take this yellow if you take this yellow, but they're really.
Honestly, I would take those 2 red cards. That works in our favor.
It's they're going for the double minors. We'll take that, using the hockey terminology for you. Alrighty, so we got Switzerland moving the ball on the left. Goes down, tries to gain the ball, but now we get the ball in the middle. Gets it to Laren.
Good shot. Good shot.
Yeah,
good try.
Good snapshot.
That's our best. That's our best shot.
That's our best opportunity of the game. A good shot there.
Was he on though? He kind of looked offside to me.
I think he changed his run a bit and gets there, but.
And I just want to say the camera people at the World Cup, they need to get paid more, because I'm not seeing a lot of replays. We need more replays in this. These guys aren't getting paid enough. I don't know if they're getting paid half minimum wage or something.
It's 6 interns.
Pay him, please.
A good ball. Now we got a chance coming in. Good. Gather a bad cross by Vargas. See if he centers that.
No, the defender put him off.
He took the angle away. Don't get me wrong. Yeah,
Figueroa again, showing why.
You know what, you're going to say his name in 18 different ways.
No, I said Figueroa. I've been maintaining it. Why?
Okay, well, it's the Fougereau.
Figueroa.
If
Figueroa messes up my name, it's fair. You know what I mean? So Figueroa.
Okay, K-meme. Okay, K-meme. Whatever.
Yeah. Don't say my name out loud, man.
Yeah. You want me to I can go full government name if I have to. I'll go full government name. All right. Almost a turnover on the press there, but now Canada are buzzing a little bit more. Now it feels like Canada's returning the favor for how the Swiss were starting that first half. Good in the middle. Schwanyel chips it. Back to the middle. And an offsides ends it. Bosnia have just scored a second. I was updating this, so they got the memo. So with that, looks like Bosnia are slowly climbing the ranks of their third place spots. And if the group stays as it is, you'd have Canada advancing as the winner. You have Switzerland in second, and then Bosnia currently are in third. You have a +2 goal differential coming in. Some good movement here by the Swiss. Oh, they got the switch that's there. There you go. Goes wide, but just too much on it. Vargas can't get their goal kick coming for.
I think
Canada.
they've noticed Vargas has the beating of our right back.
Yeah,
Because if you notice, Figueroa's consistently playing
he's
a help
shading
defender.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
he is shading right for sure. Let me see this. Bosnia right now 4 and -1. Okay, so in terms of third place, this gets they're pushing Czechia out now. Yeah, so right now they're at the top because they have 4 points, but negative goal difference is -1. So as long as draws keep coming, they'll give themselves an opportunity.
Ooh. I actually think
Ooh.
that's a pen.
Based off how this game has been refed, you could
No,
definitely
like just in general. He manhandled Bilembolo. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, was it just great diving?
It could be.
That guy could tell
Listen,
me anything.
at this point,
Jesus.
I don't have enough replays to tell you, sir.
Yeah, they need to figure this out, man. Pay these men.
But a penalty call.
Oh. Yeah, I've been saying Lara's getting lucky, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, the last 2 games, the fact that Lara didn't get multiple book, that's crazy.
That's a very.
I do like how physical he plays, though. Like, I do like that part, but
the one concern I always have with Larea is just it seems like he's figured out how to play on the edge without getting the fouls, but I feel like with the wrong ref, where it's 2 quick yellows, and you're like, oh well, okay.
Okay, goalie, come on. You might need to save us out here because Granit Xhaka is actually really good at free kicks.
That he is.
Like, he is. But the good thing is this is on the right side. I don't think a left-footed player would take this.
Yep.
If it's Akanji taking it, he's blasting it. So this should be interesting who takes this.
Xhaka.
Granit Xhaka, told you.
Takes blast.
That's a bad one because it's on his weaker foot. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
not his weaker foot. It's on the wrong side. If it was on the other side, I think it'd been a lot better. Damn.
And so far, we are enjoying a good
This
match.
is a good game, though. This is a good game.
Yeah.
Like, Canada's been showing that it can do just enough. Oh, Bosnia scored. Is it 2 or 3? They're showing
It's
the Bosnia
2.
game.
It's 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So now they're
we got lucky Edin Dzeko wasn't around. We got really lucky that he was injured.
Good tackle there by Luke de Foucherolles.
What's his first name? Luke?
Yeah, Luke.
I'll call him Luke. I won't call him Figueroa.
There we go. Derek Cornelius puts it out. Another throw coming in for the Swiss. So far, Canada are weathering well, but they are giving a few too many chances. That free kick is something you don't want to see too often, but still, hey, we'll take what we can get here. That header doesn't help anyone. Played out Shwanyao. Okay, Ali Ahmed, you got to drive that. And we get the foul called as he gets if the directive is get as many set pieces, they're definitely taking that right now. Because here's another one that they could take. Probably Shwanyao on it. We'll take it direct. We'll see what he can do with it. But this could be interesting. Schwanya on it. Let's see what they can do with this one. Schwanya goes quick, headed back. Saliba out, tries to play off of it, gets him, and Luke Blatt it over. Goal kick coming in. Oh, sorry, Alistair Johnston blasted over. We have Canada. Switzerland with the free kick, or the goal kick, to be honest. Nearly gets it. Yep. Cornelius out to Richie. Richie moving the ball to the left hand side. Schwanyao switches it to Tejan. Puts a good touch in. Johnson gets it.
Oh, good
David,
ball. Take first
good
time.
ball.
Good try. Good
And
try. Yeah,
save,
yeah, yeah.
puts off corner.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, yeah.
forced to
That's good.
save. Set piece
Good play.
coming up. More of this Canada.
That's very good play.
Much better from Canada.
Yeah.
They're waking up in this transition here. Still 0-0.
He should have put a little bit more power in that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, so Schwanyao on set pieces. To me, he's probably Canada's best set piece taker. So we'll see what we can get here. Corner kick coming for Canada. Is this the moment?
Is this the dagger?
Is this the dagger?
Go, set, Toronto.
Yep, Richie with it. Probing, takes into space, attacking. Now he's like, what do I do? Gets it back and too deep. The Swiss can now flip the line.
And this is the best sequence that we've had.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Switching to
What a
Tejan.
ball. What a ball, man.
Yep. Tries to go through, but can't beat the
Good
defense.
try.
And now they try to go deep. And Crepeau able to get it. Tries to lay it off, but can't. Saliba with the ball. Looking. Schwanyao asking for it. Gets it. Schwanyao gets it wide. Ali Ahmed. Probin. Tries to go in. Bad
Good
first
pass.
touch by Joe David, but back to Saliba. Saliba looking. Back to Schwanyao. Schwanyao in the midfield. Back to Saliba. Saliba turns. Puts it in. Bad pass by Joe David, but back to Johnson. The Fougerolles. Johnson now probing coming in. Will he take the shot? Tries to cross it inside. Bad touch by Laren, and it goes out. Fougerolles heads it back in, but now the Swiss are going to try to go on the counter here. And the push gets the foul. Vargas is having a day.
I would say
I'm
actually impressed that we've been able to keep Vargas quiet as we have, because Vargas is a very, very good player.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually really impressed with that.
Yeah.
That being said, I like the fact that we're not afraid to go long, which is and also like the right kind of long.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Hey.
So,
easy.
Yeah, easy there.
Easy.
Qatar just got one back on Bosnia. So that game is turning into a good time. 2-1 Bosnia. All right, here we go. Kyle Laren lays it off to Tejan. Not enough. Back to Joe David. Gets a shot off, but wide. Goal kick coming up.
Weak foot. Like, that's not bad.
Yep.
Weak foot. So that's like a tongue twister for me. Weak foot. Wait.
Yep.
Oh man, good game though.
Yep.
This is a game actually worth paying the $2,000 for, if you're Canadian. Only for them in the second half to just absolutely dominate us. because they still have a lot of players on the bench that can come on.
Yeah. So we got both scores going for you guys. Bosnia up 2-1 on Qatar. And then Canada, Switzerland still 0-0. We're watching the Canada, Switzerland, as you can see here. If you haven't already, just touch up that like button and tell us how you're doing. But big game here. A good turnover. Schwanyao gets the ball. 4 minutes of additional time, but too much on Schwanyao. Can't turn. Throw coming back for the Swiss. Seeing the chances we've given up to get to this game in halftime is not terrible. At 0-0,
Well, the keeper saved us
Mhm.
twice, so it's not like we.
Yeah.
It's more like the keeper saved us more than anything else.
Mhm.
But yeah, hey, we take the draw. So
Yep. Oh, deflected, and I got a
Ooh.
throw coming in for
Yeah,
Switzerland.
I'm gonna be honest. Brilliant ballers getting manhandled out here.
Mhm.
And the ref just keeps ignoring it.
Is that you think that's more reputation of the player, or you think that's more just
He plays for Basel. What reputation does he have?
fair? Corner coming up for the Swiss.
Or did he move from Basel? I actually don't know where Mbola plays now. Let me Google it.
All right, so corner coming in for Switzerland at the end of the half. Not quite the end. We'll see if they can create something here.
Oh, he moved. He plays for Rennes.
Here we are. Arm up. In swinger comes in, headed away. They tried to get to it on the second ball in, dealt with. Max Crepeau has it, sends it deep, and now we're going to go Guanyao. Ali Ahmed tries to get it, but can't fight off the strength of Rodriguez, and Switzerland are building it back up. Still 0-0 in this game, but as we've said, Bosnia-Herzegovina 2-1. Bosnia would still be making it through, but they'd be back at -2 for the goal difference. And for Bosnia, it's get as many goals if you win this game by as many goals as possible to push yourselves up as far up. Right now, they're topping it, and with the other teams playing, they just will be pushing themselves lower and lower with other third place teams winning. So that is what is at stake there for them. But for a midfield, that a fresh midfield for this game, it's not a bad look for them so far.
Nah,
Haven't
I
been
think
fully
I
over.
think they've been overrun. You're completely ignoring how many times they were
Hey,
essentially just completely bypassed.
the
I
first
think
10
the
minutes.
people who've played well have been the
The first 10
defenders.
minutes already left me. So
The defenders have been playing well. That's
Yeah.
the thing that we need, because they're also going quite direct.
mhm.
See, like
Yes,
look at that now.
okay.
Look,
Yep.
where's the midfield? Nowhere.
It's just the bad passing that fails Switzerland.
Yeah,
Well, tries giving them that much.
Ambola should have tried that. He used to be a winner. Ooh,
Gets the Joe David wins the foul.
that's a veteran play right there. Goes in front of the
Yep.
guy, knows, expects the contact, goes down.
Mhm.
Well played.
It is. And yeah, right about there, halftime is where we find ourselves. 0-0 is the score. A little bit better from Canada as the half went on, but still 0-0. Lineups and the ratings, because I'm curious to see what they're given. Max and Matt are the highest rated Canadians according to SofaScore. Kobel and Akanji getting it for the Swiss. Saliba, they're giving Saliba a 6.8. Interesting.
I think because of his passing, not because of
Mhm.
his defending.
True. And then the defenders are 6'7s. Yeah, I do think they are attacking specifically Alistair Johnson's side, trying to go
Hmm.
there for pace.
No, I
That's
just
something
think
Alistair Johnson.
Vargas,
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
Vargas is so intelligent in his runs.
Hmm.
Whenever the ball is played, Vargas should have a lot more space, but
Yep.
Luke is just covering up. Like Luke has played really well.
Yeah.
The problem we have though is if Luke keeps gravitating to the right side, they're probably we're leaving so much space in the middle,
Hmm.
and so they might adjust and switch to like more of a 4-2-3-1 because I think like
Yep.
they're playing more like a 4-3-3.
Yep.
If they switch to 4-2-3-1 and have a guy whose whole role is just assess, can I get through that?
Hmm.
Then that becomes dangerous for us. But hey, it's still 0-0. We didn't get plastered as it looked like in the first 15 minutes. So
True.
yeah,
Throwing that in
I'll be back
there.
though. I'll be back.
Yeah, yeah, no problem, no problem. Alrighty. So as we can see, let's go through some of these statistics for you to take in. Again, everyone who's watching, appreciate. Just let me know where you're from. I don't want to feel like I'm alone. Let me know where you're from. Three goalkeeper saves for the Swiss versus two for Canada. Two corner kicks to one. Fouls are 11-5. Passes got a little bit better, about 300 to 120 in terms of the passing discrepancy. Shots, yeah, five shots for Canada, four for the Swiss, three on target for Canada, but really only one causing a sting, I'd say. Ali Ahmed's that led to the corner kick that they took. One block shot for them, and then one shot off target for the Swiss versus two for Canada. Shots inside the box have been where the variety have been. One shot outside the box each for each side. And as we sit here, yeah, duels have been Canada's been missing more duels. They've dispossessed five versus three. And there's overall Canada just been the better defending, even though, like we said, there was that first sequence where the Swiss were really pushing and attacking Canada. Had a few good opportunities, but just the decision making, the final third has been there. One thing I'll say about this half, I'm the amount of fouls in this first half has just been so off. The I am not accustomed to the amount of fouls that they've called in this matchup so far, or just in this game so far, and that's just made me not made me feel uncomfortable, but it's just rather interesting. Um, they haven't most of the games have just been, hey, go play and we'll see what happens, but this has been they're calling it ticky tack, so I feel like, as Nelson said, this feels like a game where if the ref is going to be on it, again, this is a South American crew, and they're going to be calling fouls like this, we're going to get a lot of free kicks near the box. We may get a lot of free kick. I think a penalty could come in this game just on the right run. Yellows to keep in mind. You have Xhaka and Kyle Larin with yellows. And that'll be something to keep in mind as the first half continues on. Oh, sorry, the second half gets going. And that's something we will keep an eye on. But as I've thrown this up here, the other game that's going on that just reached halftime, you have Bosnia over Qatar 2-1. Bosnia Herzegovina 2-1 over them. An own goal. Now Begovic gets well, he gets the second goal for Qatar, but then Haydos comes in and gets one back for Qatar. I'm saying the wrong names. Bosnia gets two goals before Qatar calls back and they get the goal. And what's at stake here is currently Bosnia have gone to the top of the third place ranked sides. And with different teams playing, because of the first side, they want to get as much goal difference as they can, primarily because with other teams playing, they're going to push you down that list, that ranking coming through. But again, here are the third place matchups, and we said this during the pregame. We'll say it again here. Sweden takes on Japan. Scotland takes on Brazil. Croatia takes on Ghana. Algeria takes on Austria. Paraguay take on Australia. Those are the teams with three. So draws from them, and we look at what the goal difference is. If these gets draw, like Bosnia drops in, but they should be fine. So for Bosnia, if they could win this game 4-1, that would really I mean, that would be the key thing for Bosnia to guarantee their spot in the round of 32. They need to get that goal difference up. So if they can get that to 6-6 here, so winning this game 4-1, that would do so much. Even -1, so even they got the 5 goals and not conceding anymore. So winning the game by 2 effectively, that would do them very well to move on, because I still think these groups, the third place teams, are going to change a lot just due to the matchups that they have, right? And like we had said, I think Bosnia go up and they can move themselves working into the space. That could definitely help them. But that game is happening at the same time. But for this Canada Swiss game, for me, Canada, though they've had a good end to the half and a few chances, this has been the Swiss's game. And the chances that they've had have been more dangerous, though Canada have, I've liked the chances that they've had, definitely. I'm looking at a replay of here where Vargas takes too much time to cross. Right. Yeah, some good defending by the, but I wonder for Canada, what I would suggest possibly is I think you go into it looking at a couple things. I think a a draw is not to say that that's all you're going to play for. A draw guarantees at the top of the group. And so I'm not saying play for a draw, but if they were able to get Moise Bombito for 45 against Qatar, I wonder if they want to try to get Moise Bombito in for 45 against the Swiss, because at least it does feel like they're attacking Alton Johnson's side. Now, maybe that's just because where Tejan finds himself, but also in transition. That's been a space that they've always wanted to go through. I'd wonder, in terms of injured players for Canada, we've been given no indication for Alphonso Davies, none whatsoever, and this would be quite the introduction. But I wouldn't be opposed to it, where we put Richie on to the right-hand side, and then you put Davies on, at least once you get to the 60th minute. If we keep it at 0-0 at the 60th minute, that wouldn't be a bad idea, just to put him in to see what they can do there and bring through. The only issue is, in terms of flex available, they'd be down to none if they made that swap. If they went Davies for Johnston and then move Richie to the right there, and then possibly the one thing with Bombito is giving enough physicality that so far the ref has let that go, but this ref has been calling a lot, so I do worry about a penalty anywhere near the bar, just free kicks near the box. I worry about that. In terms of the midfield, again, they started off, and the Swiss have definitely been going through them. They haven't been there, but in terms of passing, progressing, they've looked good. So I think the one aspect I'd be interested in is, I don't know if you make a change in the midfield per se, but in this type of a game where the Swiss have more of the possession, again, Kyle Larin, though you want him there for the goal scoring, applying pressure, defending, that's not there. Then if he finds himself in wide spaces, doesn't have the mobility or the dynamic sense to be able to do anything like that. I know he didn't have a good game finishing, but I would consider Ataniel O'Shea there. Or if you're concerned about set piece defending, try Promise David. I think you can still get some action there in terms of defending, but then also some movement there. And at least from the physicality standpoint, it gives them something that they have to defend. It's always interesting watching. Unrelated, I just opened up. You can always tell what's happening because different names are popping off. When Bombito came in versus Qatar, I got a lot of all the videos about Canadian injuries were popping off. Now all my Luc de Fougereau clips are popping off now. Oh goodness me! Oh goodness me! But that's what I would change for Canada for sure. I think if you're looking at the Swiss, just keep on attacking. If Vargas makes better choices, and then especially that one where he runs out of space on a cross, has to go direct to the keeper. If he crosses that earlier, you're at least looking at another shot on frame, and it's probably 1-0. It's probably 1-0 at that point. And so I think for the Swiss, just keep on keep on knocking on the door, keep on bringing those opportunities there. And this has to be a transition type of a game. I think they've done well to get past the midfield for Canada. I wonder if I'll actually take a look here if Steph Stakio is available. Because if he's available for this, it wouldn't be bad to bring him in the second half. A little bit more stability in the middle to bring in, but we'll see what his availability is. I'm actually going to check to see if he was listed on the match day roster here. And we'll take a look at that there. Definitely, definitely. But looking around, looking around. Well, that's what I would suggest. That's what I would suggest for Canada. I think he's going well. And Luke de Frugerolles, I think, definitely has done. He continues to do the things that he does, which is, hey, play well in big moments. And at 20, I mean, when we first saw him at Copa, we were like, okay, cool. I remember when I was following him trying to play. He wasn't able to play for the U20s, but we got Jamie Knight LaBelle. I mean, that's a name that was just on the edge of making this roster. I thought after Copa America, Jamie Knight definitely was there. But hey, Luke, I think he's playing well, but specifically he's playing based off of the game that it's being played. He knows the temperature of the game and he's playing to it. And okay, that's always confusing. Somebody in the house who got the tunes going because I was like, "Wow, who's listening to Sam Smith out here?" But to that thing, I think for Canada taking a little bit more chances within their transition moments, I think they need a little bit more pace and mobility outside to get that going. But if it stands as it goes, if the result stays as it looks, Canada tops the group with 5 points with the goal difference. Bosnia finishes in third, and then the Swiss go into second, and they play South Korea in Los Angeles. That is where they find themselves. And so halftime here. And for you guys who are watching, hop in. Let me know where you're watching from. We're just chilling out here, enjoying these two games, keeping you up to this. But we're watching the Canadian game, keeping our eyes on this Bosnia, Herzegovina versus Qatar matchup, which has all the action. So it would seem that game has all the action. But what's at stake again? Top of the group for Canada versus Switzerland. If it ends in a draw, Canada wins due to the goal difference. If someone wins this game, that team wins the group, and the second place goes and plays the second place team from Group A, which is whoever finishes second to Mexico. For Bosnia, they're just trying to up their goal difference base if they can win. If they can hold on to win and expand the lead, they definitely go into those top 32 teams, i.e., the top third place teams, and then they go from there. So we're watching this as you guys are coming in. I've seen a few more people are dropping in. Good to have you here. Let me know where you're watching from and who you're rooting for and what changes you would make coming into this in this half as we're getting ready for the second half to come in. Let me just throw this broadcast out to you. As we're waiting for this, any changes coming in, we'll let you know of. It doesn't look like there will be any. It does not look like there will be any. But just the two yellows that have been given. Again, based off SOFA score, Chouinard and Crépeau, the best players for Canada, and Kobel and Akanji for the Swiss. Canada now going left to right on your screen, and the Swiss going right to left as the second half gets underway. Second half gets underway. So we got the buildup coming in from the Swiss. A slow return to the seats for the fans here at BC Place. BC plays Vancouver Stadium, whatever they're calling it these days. But the Swiss moving. Let's see. Now we got the Swiss getting the ball out wide, but nearly dealt with, but not dealt with enough. Two tucked in. Opportunity coming in, and it's a goal right off the bat. And Vargas gets it in, and immediately it's 1-0 Switzerland. Immediately it's 1-0 Switzerland. They just let off, they switched off, and the Swiss punished them 1-0. I guess I got to update everything here. So now the game goes, and for a player who had opportunities in the first half, finally capitalizes in the second half. 1-0 Switzerland. It's a simple pass, but it's just not dealt with. And Vargas is just the last trailing run in, and he goes near corner and puts it away 1-0. And so now, as it stands, the Swiss are playing king of the hill. They're at the top of this hill. If they win this game, they play their next game in Vancouver. Canada goes and plays South Korea in Los Angeles. They try to switch the play here. So now Canada having to now push the issue. Canada needing to get a goal to go back to the top of the group. Can they do it? This next 45, we're going to find out. So as it stands, it's 7 for Switzerland, Canada with 4, but with 5 goal difference, and then Bosnia getting their second place spot where they currently sit. You can't accept that goal. You can't switch, not switching on coming back from the half that quickly. That can't be an issue. And that happened and it plagued them. So let's see if Canada can create something here, moving the ball into space. Let's see if they can answer or if they can at least build up some momentum here. But so far, Saliba with the ball, Tejan moving, wants to go deep but can't go there, and dispossessed. Tejan dispossessed, throw in coming for the Swiss.
So I walked away for that long and they scored.
Switched right off the bat. They switched up. They didn't switch on coming back on, and
Who scored?
Vargas.
Oh, told you. Well, right side, their left side was clearly
It
they
was
clearly assessed that. No,
well, it's a cross that goes by everyone, but Vargas is a late arrival, and he gets a 1v1 when the keeper goes near post. Right, but it's a pass, like the entry should have been dealt with, but it just goes on, and then once the turn happens, you're done. Once the turn happens, you're done. So here we go. Oh, put into dangerous spot, nearly dealt. Okay, that dealt with by Johnson. But yeah, they are attacking. The suggestion I made for halftime is you bring on Davies, you switch Richie to the right, and then maybe that gives you a little bit better covering. The physicality, okay, so they're letting that go so far, but
no, I
yeah,
think that's a 50-50.
yeah. Staying hydrated. All right, so throw coming in for Canada. Yeah, that's 50-50. All right, back to Derek Cornelius looking, probing. Luke Saliba goes out wide. Back to Luke Fougerolles. Fougerolles back out to Cornelius. Cornelius now probing further in. Goes wide. Tries to switch it. Can't get to it. Headed back into the middle, but then cleared and dealt with by the Swiss. And a free kick coming. Hey, Canada playing for, it feels like they're playing for the fouls. They're getting foul calls, they're getting free kicks, but they need shots on target now. They need a good sequence here just to keep the ball in possession and go. Tries to switch it. Gets to Ali Ahmed, keeps it in. Tries to play it wide and dealt with. And goal kick coming up for the Swiss.
You can't say it wasn't warranted though.
Wasn't warranted in terms of the goal.
Yeah, in terms of this, the Swiss should at least be one goal up.
The how they've been playing, yes, agreed. I
Yeah.
think just this goal that they scored
Yeah,
is
but that's the issue. The issue, I've
Yeah.
just seen the goal. I just saw the replay.
Yeah.
Same thing. Our consistently our right side, their left. Vargas has had multiple times a lot of space,
yes.
just a lot of space. And just because Figueroa was covering it, as I said, eventually the space will show. It'll just show.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. My point was just the coverage of that is you let a man go between both your two defenders, which then forced everyone to over rotate. And though the cross misses the initial man, then it just goes into now your Vargas is running free versus that. You got to switch on for that. You can't be off coming out from halftime. But 1-0, they switch it. Now Richie tries to get in. Can't get to it. Dealt with. Headed away. Deep throw coming in for the Swiss.
Look at the difference between the Canadian players and the Swiss players. The Canadian players look tired. You running up and down is never a good thing. You need to have some control of the ball.
Agreed.
Get some breathing room.
There it goes.
Laria, man. What the hell?
And Joe can't get to it, so we got a throw in coming for the Swiss. All right, throwing coming in, and now throw coming for Canada. Tense moment. I mean, not intense. It's just they have to play better in this half.
You're playing.
But a draw.
That's a lot easier to say when you're playing a better team than you. This is just a better setup team.
Yeah.
They have better players. We haven't had this, like, outside of that, genuinely, outside of that free kick, we haven't had a sniff. Like, no sniffs. Like, it's been dominance from the Swiss. It has been. I know it sucks. I know you're struggling to say that, but hey, it's the truth.
I am just breathing.
But it's a good thing Canadian fans who've gotten giddy need to understand there's a freaking pecking order in football.
Oh, of course.
And if we top the group, you might think that this is easy. No.
Again, true. But this, like we said at the beginning, this is a measuring stick game for them. And so far,
well, I knew they were better. It's a question of could we compete? And we haven't. The question was, can we compete against them? And it's clear we are like probably 5 to 6 players from competing. We need 6 outfield players to make us a competitive side against them.
True.
We need to figure out a better striker than Laren and Jonathan David.
Yep.
We need a better midfield.
True.
The wingers, I don't know. Ali Ahmed has been
Good cross there, but Kyle Aaron can't get to the end of it. I'm laughing because my group chat is just like, yeah, of course this person isn't showing up in a big game. I'm like, guys, yeah, it's a measuring stick. Let us breathe. But
damn.
Oh no.
We got lucky. You are ahead of me.
2
And it's 2-0.
In transition. The Swiss are scoring goals. Canada can't get anything on target.
See, that's what I was saying. I think Canadians genuinely believed that they could compete. My whole point was this was an assessment of, can we just fight with a mid-level European side? And we are not there yet.
The measuring stick game is saying no.
We need 6 players. Dude, that wasn't even a hard ball. That was just a long ball. It was more of can we get there? Look at the midfield. Yep. Where's the midfield?
Yep.
Look at the midfield, bro. It's nowhere to be seen. Again, this is more Jesse Marsh. Like, if you remember before the game, I said you need to play you have to respect your team. Mm-hmm. This is why he got relegated with Leeds. This is the exact reason. He went and tried to play football with bigger teams and got spanked.
Oh, sorry.
Every single time.
My bad. I didn't realize I had Switzerland on the wrong side here. All right. So substitution coming in. You have Tanny coming into the game.
Finally, it's taken him so long. He should have done that in the first half.
Liam Miller coming in. We'll get all the substitutions for you here for Canada, but you couldn't have asked for a worse start to the half for Canada.
I said you should have started Tanny and you should have started Liam Miller, because at least he provides. He actually covers defensively.
Yeah.
Ali Ahmed has played. By the way, this is the crazy thing. I think Ali Ahmed has actually played well.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, he actually has played well. But we needed someone who has legs.
Yeah.
Someone who doesn't mind running up and down, up and down.
And that's what this game needed. Like, not to say that's the only thing it needed. I think the formation is, like you said, the formation has not betrayed, but it left them open for this type of a game, and they're getting punished for it, no doubt. But the 3 subs are Tanny for Kyle Laren, Liam Miller for Ali Ahmed, and then Stephanie Staka for Mathieu Choignard. Tajon has been relatively quiet this whole tournament. Not to change the talking points there, but it's also a thing to point out. Tajon has been quiet this tournament, but Canada are playing a style that a better team will punish them for, and they're getting punished right now for it. So 2-0 for the Swiss, who have been the better side from the get-go. You had a few moments for Canada, but for the most part, it's Swiss cheese over cheese curds winning today. Canada have about 30 minutes to try to get something out of this game. Primarily a draw.
Good turn from Jonathan David. Look, you can outmuscle Akanji. You should have once you turned, you should have passed the ball.
Indeed. And so now,
we get the 5-second thing? What's going on with the 5-second rule? Oh yeah, he is counting it down.
Yeah. Oh, oh,
Ooh, good header from Miller.
good header from Miller indeed.
This sucks that the game was played on a Wednesday at 3 p.m. This game should have been played after, like, at 6. You know what I mean? Like, oof.
Oof. Cornelius tries to slice it, but it goes out. Another corner. They go short again. Liam crosses in, chipped up. Tanny misses point blank, but it's punched away and put out to space. A good couple chances there, offset pieces, but again, Canada need a goal. But before that, they need a good sequence of play here just to not be into this. Liam Miller cutting inside, but dispossessed. Liam Miller trying to hustle back. Derek trying good tackle, last ditch tackle for Derek. Steph.
Damn.
And now here's Liam Miller. Bad passing. They've just been
No,
poor.
Eustachiop actually played poorly there.
Yeah.
He should have. He actually messed up
Mhm.
that whole sequence.
No, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. The Swiss happened. The Swiss have been the better side all game long, and they got Canada in 2 good moments, and now it's 2-0. Yes, it's so 2-0 the Swiss up on Canada, and then Bosnia up 2-1 still on Qatar. So as it stands, Bosnia would finish in third with Canada in second, and then the Swiss topping the group up in first. Barring anything changing here. All right. Saliba with the ball. Bad touch, dispossessed. But Stacchio wins back. Back to Richie. Gets the foul.
The only good thing that we can say is the beating of Qatar really helps
Yes.
because that just guarantees we're going through.
Yeah.
It's just a question of what we're going to go through top or what we're going to go through second.
True.
If you remember, I just wanted to see competitive gameplay between them and the Switzerland. The Swiss are very good. It's all right. I'm not as upset because I'm like, hey, you did your job. This was more
Yeah.
like
Like for me, like I've always been saying with this team, like draw, win, loss. That's how I had it. I'm just curious to see how this loss would look. And again, it was just hoping for a little bit better in terms of.
And heck, a 2-0 isn't bad, by the way. If that's how it ends.
If that's how it ends, that's not bad. No.
Yeah.
But you were just hoping for a little bit more from this Canada side.
But my question is, okay, I understand this idea of like we should always keep Alphonso Davis because he's so good. But at some point we have to look at him and go, this guy cannot stay healthy. He hasn't been healthy in a long time. We should be looking at other people who can make differences. You know what I mean? Like, it's every single time the camera pans to him, I'm like, dude, this guy hasn't been healthy.
I hear you. And like the issue that I have is like that's a conversation in terms of with Canada where I'd say you've not had him for a year. You've not had him for a year plus. And so the concern I would say is what have you done in terms of looking at your depth at that position? And that to be is like what something that we haven't really done.
There's this like view of Alfonso Davis, people still view him like from 5 years ago. But look at Bayern Munich have already replaced him as we speak. They're getting Nathaniel Brown. Okay. This is coming. Like if he cannot have, if he can't play a full season, the guy's broken.
It's definitely something that they keep in mind. And I think, look, I'm not going to give up on the player, but I think to your point, looking at him as if he just had the year he had in 99 and like 1920 and then 21, it's 2026. And like consistency is something that you need from.
Dude, the guy has played what, like 10 games in the last calendar year. Like the guy's constantly injured. Like constantly. To think, oh yeah, this is the guy we should be relying on. Yeah, a healthy one, sure. But you brought him here crocked. You brought him here broken.
I would argue, yeah, but then I think I would also argue in terms of his 26, how many of those players did they bring that were also dropped? Like he gets the look, but
No, but that's
Bombito
my
wasn't
problem.
fit, right?
My problem is this
Alfie Jones wasn't
concept.
fit.
There's a concept of, oh yeah, he's like the chosen boy. No, he isn't. Do you know the chosen boy is now? Jonathan David. You know why? Because he's available. The best ability is availability, bro.
There's no disagreement there.
Yeah. So if a guy isn't available, like here's the thing: when game week 3,
yeah,
he has yet to see the pitch.
Agreed.
Like not even 2 minutes. Like okay, Neymar had a broken leg. Yes. Neymar's apparently on his way. He might play the next game. That is crazy when you think about it. The guy's been out for like 4 or 5 months, and he's still going to be available for Brazil. And Alfonso Davis has basically not been available.
Yeah. That's it. Joe David gets a strike and block corner kick coming up for Canada. I think there's two conversations when it comes to Alfonso Davies. The health aspect, yes, agreed. And it's not that you have to move off of him, but look at that. And that's where the second part where you say look at other options. That's where I'll say we didn't really explore that.
That's my issue. Right? That's a technical, from a technical perspective, in terms of the technical staff should have assessed the squad, looked at who can play either in left wing or right wing or whatever. You should have seen that coming. Like, if the guy's not available, you should have people who can come in and have an impact.
But those players are playing in terms of that, and in terms of we didn't see anything else from that. Like Davies was out; it was just
he is taking a position for someone who is at home right now. That's what I'm saying.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah,
like I don't disagree with that, but he gets that look. But he's not the only one, and this is where I'd say looking at this roster, it's more play. We've brought a lot of players who were on injury or just coming back from injury, right? Bombito was just coming back. Alfie Jones hasn't played in this tournament yet. Schaffelberg technically was just coming back. Ali Ahmed was just coming back. We brought a lot of players based off of the coach's familiarity, and the coach always had his set 26, and it was giving players every opportunity to play. Promise David, another one who's coming off of injury there. There were players. I think that's a fair conversation, and that's not even revisionist. It's just in the moment of where were the options, like why weren't other players given more looks just to be ready for these moments so you at least have options? Because right now, of the healthy players that you'd have that you could bring in and try to add a sparker or something, they're not going to get run. Like we'll quicker get Bombito, who we assume isn't fit. Maybe you get Davies for the last 20 of this.
Well, Bombito played, didn't he?
He played the half, but that's the only saving grace for Bombito. He played the half against Qatar, a game where he didn't have to run defensively, a game where he just had to be there. So
I just think what's going on is there's this nearsightedness with a lot of the players that we have, which is look at the players who have done well recently and properly focus on them. Because when you look at the attack, we have brought the three strikers that we've brought. I'm not including Jonathan David, but
Mhm.
um, Tanny, Larin, and Promise, right?
Yep.
Those so Promise and Tanny are literally the same type. A question of
Mm,
effectiveness is you can converse, but their style of play is the same.
I will disagree with that statement because
How
I think
so?
because promise is promise isn't a transition nine, isn't a pressing nine. Promise is closer to just a poacher. Promise is more paralleling to what Kyle Laren does.
Okay, so
Just
so then you
yeah,
have Larin and Promise is the same,
yeah.
and then Tanny's more of a. So if that's the case, you're bringing two of the same characters. You need people
Yeah.
with different characters. You can't bring in the same because what happens is if you bench Tanny, if you bench Kyle Larin and you bring in Promise, or you bench David and you bring in um, whoever, you're still bringing in people with the same qualities.
Hmm.
You need a variation, or at the very least, only send two. You know what I mean? Like send
Hmm.
two players and then play. My concern is just that this team feels like a team that isn't clearly set up. The fact that
Hmm.
we brought so many injured players and acting like
Hmm.
all of the players that Canada has overseas and in their leagues, all of them are injured. Is that the argument? We couldn't find 11
The
fit, decent Canadian players.
you couldn't find 11. You couldn't find 11. I'd say the argument would be more so you couldn't find. I think you can find fit players there, but in
Okay.
terms of players that fit how Marsh wants to play, that's where the conversation comes because that's where
He plays a
Marsh has
flat,
a defined
he plays a
style and he's going to
flat
play
four
that
four
way.
two. It's the most traditional style of football. You can get every single person who's played football has played in a 4-4-2. You're
Hmm.
not playing this. You're acting like Jesse Marsh plays some kind of unique, crazy style of
I,
football. It's a most traditional, basic style.
I'm not saying it's unique or I'm not saying it's unique or even crazy, but I'm saying
Okay.
stylistically,
Mm.
it doesn't. It's been the same 26 for him, minus one change really
But that so
since Copa.
here's what you're not hearing from me, my good friend. I'm saying the problem you have is he's relying on the same sets of players consistently, regardless of injury. So you know people are injured, and you're going, I'm still going to bring them in.
Hmm.
Instead of assessing and doing like your research to go, who else? Sometimes a striker, you shouldn't be assessing a striker just on goals. What
True.
else do they bring? Do they break down teams better? Are they good at dribbling?
Hmm.
Do they have
True.
pace? Jonathan David doesn't have pace, as we all know. He's not a pacey guy. It's all IQ. That's all Jonathan David is. Pure IQ and great technical thought process, right? Technical ability.
Mm.
But like, have you assessed how good Theo Bear is? He might have only 6 goals, but what has he done? You know, he plays at Lausanne Sport. In
Yeah.
actually, funnily enough, the Swiss league, right?
Yeah. But
How well does he play? What style of play does he have?
to that point, to your point of over reliance,
Yeah.
we've seen there's been no experiment. There's not been real experimentation through the process getting here. It's been the same 11 or really the same 14. You had even the years where Promise wasn't injured and was playing and was scoring with form.
Mm,
All he could get was maybe the last five, maybe the last 10 of a game,
mm.
right? And so when you get to this point, this is where you sit. Theo Bear again, also to me, pairs off. Is Theo Bear is basically Promise, and is basically Kyle Laren as we see what looks like a goal coming in.
Yep.
Okay, chipped over. Promise puts it in. Okay, we're back in. A great sub in. Promise gets one back, and Nigerians everywhere will celebrate. But Promise David gets one back for Canada, and now can they do something? Let's see how the boys respond. And so, like a player like Promise, someone who will argue for Promise for the longest time based off of how he scored and the form he's been in, even in Belgium. He never got a shot because he's not the pressing forward that Marsh wants, right? If we went up, I think Marsh gave Larin as many opportunities to start, but
which, by the way, I think was a bad. The calculation that you should have had with Larin is, I still think he's a great player off the bench.
Agreed, because that's how he played at.
That's how he was more effective at Southampton. Yeah, he's more effective as you bring him on. The legs are tired, and he has great movement. By the way, even in this game, he had great movement. The problem is, the guy can't run. He's older. Yeah. He just can't do it anymore.
True. So as much as we've been talking about this team like it's a moratorium or just like they get one back, and is this a goal kick or is this a corner kick?
That's a corner. It's a corner.
Okay. Now a corner coming in for Canada.
Yeah.
My phone's about to blow up because it's already blowing up.
I just don't like. First of all, I don't like how Jesse Marsh set the team up to begin with.
Yeah,
like against a team like this, even if we draw this game, Akwasi, you and I both know we will get lucky if we get anything out of this game. If we get a draw, this is the luckiest we've ever been. Because, dude, we've just scored with what? Maybe like our third shot on target, maybe fourth.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, like they've had clear chances that our keeper saved us. One, our keeper saves us. The other one, the keeper saves us. And then the follow-up shot, I think it was Richie or someone. Some Ricky, sorry. He's I don't know who saved us. Another defender saved us. Right? Like, we've been lucky. But right. I'm a big fan of maximizing on set pieces, so let's see what goes on.
That's our second shot on target.
It's a second. That's what I'm saying. If we get anything out of this game, if we draw, the same love I see people giving the Cabo Verde keeper needs to be given to our keeper. That and by the way, Luke has played well because Luke had a nightmare last game.
Headed off wide,
yeah.
Derek misses. Goal kick coming for
that's
Canada.
A great cross.
Yeah, just poor finish.
He couldn't. I wouldn't say it's a poor finish. I think it's hard because the ball wasn't put like deep, right? Like he was heading the ball near the penalty spot. So that's like 18 yards. That's.
All right. So 10 minutes plus injury time for Canada to get maybe a draw out of the game where they've not had much of the ball, not have many opportunities.
Here we go, Ndoye. Fuck.
And then Ndoye's in now, so Maple.
12 yards.
Maple come, please.
For those who don't know, Ndoye's really good. So this is gonna be this is actually an issue. Though he's had a bad he's actually had a poor tournament
year. Yeah.
So no, just the World Cup.
Okay.
But because I saw him in the first game and he didn't look good, but this looks like the game people are waking up on. I think Vargas, as we said, Vargas had been marshaled well by Luke, and I didn't see Johnson like really helping in our defensive shape, but Luke for sure was covering a lot.
20-year-old center back Preston too, and
Johnson, I should say.
Yeah. Of course, now you decide to do this.
What? Your stream's not working?
My stream went down just here. How could you do this? Alrighty. So it's 2-1.
I'll give you the breakdown.
The glimmer of hope has come back to me.
It's a throw in for. Well, on my side, it says in possession Canada, but it's a throw in for me for Rodriguez. Luke gets the ball. Johnston kicks it to Ndoye to a throw in. Luke clears. What a terrible header from Ndoye. Ndoye heads it literally to one of our players. You're back in. There you go.
Yeah.
I hate commentating. I like
yeah, no problem.
What I like is
that was close. That could have been a corner.
But that should have been a corner. I thought the last touch came from.
It should have been a corner.
Yeah, that should have been a corner for. Yeah, we like those.
Oh, at this point, we're taking everything we can.
Oh yeah. Rough review. What's the view? Oh, the goal.
It's of the goal. It's a well taken goal.
Dude, look at Jesse Marsh. Looks like he wasn't even.
That boy looked like. Wait,
we could score against these lot.
We can. Let's go.
Let me talk to my. Oh wait, my Discord was down the whole time. I know it's getting destroyed. 1 second.
And they give
My American boys are dissing me.
Of course they would be.
Listen, Nelson, you're right.
Tell them that you're alive now. All right, so we got a free kick coming in for Jacob Schaffelberg coming in for Richie. So they're pushing more players further up to get to the byline. So really, they're going back 3 now. And it looks like that shape would have to change to a 3-4-3.
Who's going back to? Sorry, I was insulting Americans.
Yeah.
What happened?
They took off a fullback and they took off Richie and then put on a winger, which means you're probably pushing. You're gonna push Alistair Johnson centrally, and then you're gonna play a back 3 and then push more players in. Bosnia just got their 3rd goal just here.
Yeah, well,
so
good.
Bosnia now up 3-1 versus
as
Qatar.
long as they don't score 7. They need to score 7 for us to sweat a little bit, but we're good. Oof. Oi. I'm gonna be honest. The keeper spilled it.
Yep. Alistair plays into space. Promise trying to make up. Chipped up by the keeper. Estacio wins it. Chips
Promise
it.
is so slow.
And another substitution coming in. Plus bringing on 2. We'll give them to you here in a moment. So just a recap. Ndoye came on for Vargas in the 80th minute. Schaffelberg came on for Larea, and Mbolo and Amzabi come out for Iten and Fasnacht. So full rotation there. Canada seeing a little bit more of the ball here in the second half since going down 2-0. They get 1 back, but it's getting late early here for the chance to top this group. Nearly get a player to run onto it, but can't. Schaffelberg chips it in, but bad cross. And Oof. Now throw coming for the Swiss. 86th minute. And the Swiss, understanding the 5-second rule, are simply just not touching the ball till they have to.
Wait, so the 5-second rule only accounts when you touch the ball?
Yeah.
That is crazy. So you could just waste your time and not touch the ball.
You could.
It should be just a blanket 5-second rule. Like the moment the ball goes out, you have 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, get a guy to run and get the ball and throw it in.
Oof. Near bad miscommunication. Now you have to switch the ball in the attacking area.
Ooh,
They move it around.
I'm gonna hide your screen because that that API thing is ahead of me, so I'm just gonna.
Oh,
It's
okay.
telling me, it's telling me everything that's going on before I see it. So it's giving me anxiety. Like Canada has a ball, but then you see, and the Swiss are
Okay,
attacking. I'm
Saliba
like,
with
what?
it.
Oh.
Chips Promise tries to chip, but one back by Saliba. Here comes Liam Miller. He's gonna have to go wide.
Oh.
Nearly runs out of space. Doesn't. Did he run out of space?
No,
He did not. They get the
ball,
corner. So corner coming for Canada.
the whole ball has to cross the line. The ball was still on the line.
Yep, still on the line. Stacchio on it. The option to go short. This a draw could be the greatest moment for
you
Canada.
have to like in this point.
Yeah,
You have to cross it in. It has to go in.
Out, dealt with, headed away. Professional foul. The yellow card for Liam Miller stops the break. Canada can reset. And now the Swiss on the ball. Big few moments here. And free kick given to Canada here. So now it's getting late early. We're in the 89th minute. We have probably 7 minutes of additional time for Canada to get the equalizer that would take them back to the top of the group. And if not, they will be going to LA to face either one of the Souths, either South Korea or South Africa, possibly. And a bad swing over, throw in coming in for Canada. A better second half, but that's saying half of the story. A better second half for Canada after falling 2-0. But again, the winner gets to stay in Vancouver. And that's what Canada is playing for. Canada tops this group. They get to play back in Vancouver here. In the middle, tries to get it. No foul given. Chipped into space. Stackett with some good defending. Chips it over. He puts the ball into space. And then headed. Free kick coming for Canada. We're in the 90th minute waiting for it. I'm estimating about 7 minutes or so. That would seem for what we've used. Plus, you factor in what you would get from the hydration break. But this is it for these opportunities aren't going to come too often. So you want some good, but it looks like they're going to go direct here for Canada. And ball cleared by the Swiss. So a throw in, not too deep, coming for Canada. Waiting for what we're going to get for additional injury time. Chip back. Liam Miller puts it in. Ball deflected. Headed out. Joe David turns, can't get it through. Nearly a tackle. And another throw coming in. 6 minutes of additional time coming. That's what Canada has. 6 minutes. 6 minutes to tie this game and go back to the top of the group. That's what I guess 7, but 6 feels about right too. Headed up. Alistair chipping it in. Miss cross. Cornelius can't get to it. He can't get to it, and now it's a goal kick coming for the Swiss. 5 minutes left. Canada had bodies, just couldn't get any contact on the ball. It goes just wide. And Canada having a few more moments left before they finish in second place in this group. Headed Liam Miller. But a throw now coming for the Swiss. Deep throw coming for the Swiss. This is it for them. And they make them retake the throw. The stress is here for Canada. The stress is here. Okay, so we are in the 92nd minute. They really have 2 minutes to get the ball, and they got to get at least 2 shots on target here. That's what they need. Luke Boudreau moved it out wide. Max goes wide. Tanny wins it.
Menace. Oh, good try. Good try.
Tries to cross it all the way through, but can't get to it. But a deep throw coming for Canada. The Swiss are defending, dropping a little bit deeper here. As an extra ball gets placed into the pitch.
Can we say since Mbolo's left, like the Swiss attack has basically disappeared?
Yeah.
The ref stopped counting down 5. Oh!
A good header there, but saved by Kobel. Good header, but saved by Kobel. Three minutes gone in this 6 minutes. Canada need a moment, but they first need the ball. As Luke Fougerolles, it's crossed in. Alistair Johnson gets it. Play into the middle, played out wide. They try to go deep, but throw coming for Canada. Deep throw coming. Joe David tries to win it. Another throw coming for Canada. Plays it out wide. Stacchio tries to cross it. Goes up. But now another throw coming for Canada. These are the last moments. They need at least, they got their one shot. They need another 2. They need another 2. Are we counting our 5s or? Ref just not counting.
Yeah, he's not counting the 5 seconds anymore. It's clear.
Tries to put it on. Alistair Johnston.
Oh, what a bad cross. That's a bad cross.
Bad cross. Easily gathered by Kobel. Kobel thinks about going deep and then rolls it out. Nicely defended, but played out into the final moments here. Canada need a miracle. If not, they're going. Dealt with Cornelius with it. Back to Fougerolles. Fougerolles to Saliba. Saliba moving the ball into the middle. Switches the play. Liam Miller on it. Liam Miller looking. He has 2 men on him. Johnston, or Schaffelberg, sorry. Play it in the box. Headed in.
Ooh,
Johnston can't get enough power on it.
that's unfortunate, to be honest.
He gets free for the header, but can't get enough on it. But Canada win the ball back. And a throw coming in. They got to rush, keep the ball in play, keep it on the ground. Here we go. Ball played in. Fougerolles chipping it in. In. Place.
Oh, that's
Nearly
bad.
fumbled.
That's
But
bad.
gathered. Nearly fumbled, but gathered. Too little. But is it too late? Yes, it is. Too little, too late. As Canada fall to Switzerland 2-1, which means Canada fall to second in their group. They're going to LA. They are going to LA.
They got out
Finishing
of groups.
second in
They
the
got out
group.
of groups. That's
Pardon?
all that matters.
Yeah, they got out of the groups.
They got out of groups. That's all that matters. The boys worked hard.
They definitely worked hard, but the start of the second half was just they didn't switch on. Like you
Dude,
can't concede.
well, no, you can't say that because the first half they were shit. And
The
they were
first half
shit
they were
because
taking chances. The first half, I give you that.
they were shit because of how good Switzerland are. Like, let's be honest, the only reason that game ended the way it ended is because Switzerland just realized we've won the game. It's that simple. Switzerland went, we've won the game. We'll get rid of our main guys because they need the rest. They need the time for the next game. That's the only reason. When Mbola was there, when Manzambi was there, we were getting pinned back the whole time. You know? But hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm happy with what.
No,
got.
again, like if I go back to what I predicted, I said draw, win, loss. That was my prediction.
Yeah.
So this is what I predicted. I think the disappointment part for this game is just it's a combination of acknowledging Switzerland were good, but just Canada didn't have enough in that first half. Right? I'm not gonna like the second once they're down 2-0, you can see the Swiss they let off a bit, right? They switch out players. You get the goal from Promise when he gets onto the pitch. You're like, oh, okay, like maybe there's something out of this game. But it's those first half moments where it's just chance save. We couldn't sustain anything really until we were down 2-0. And I think, like we said at the beginning, this is a measuring stick game, and we came up short. That's just the reality. So I'm not like.
Honestly, I think the measuring, to be honest, saying this was a measuring stick game was actually poor because I think the measuring stick game would have been the Bosnia game, where that's a mediocre European side and we couldn't beat them. We couldn't beat them when they had injuries. And unlike ours, theirs were like last minute. We knew about ours way ahead of time. Theirs were literally in the games just leading up to, like, they'd been called up and then they got injuries. So
no, it's tough.
I'm happy. Yeah. Look, I'm only upset that this Swiss team didn't even play that well. I hate when you lose and you can look at the other team and you're like, dude, they didn't even look like they were trying.
They didn't play well. They didn't finish the chances they had. I'm not going to go as simple as saying they look like they weren't trying.
No, they didn't look like they were trying, bro. Vargas, look, Vargas, even though he scored, Vargas had the beating of Johnston, but Luke kept covering it up. If the coach wanted, he could have played a 10 and it would have been rough. It would have been, you would have started like Embolo was taking out 2 defenders. So if you play a 10, that 10 has a guaranteed clear shot. Clear shot every single time. Because Manzambi played on the wing. He didn't play as a 10. I know this is trying to act like he played as a 10. He played more on the wing, you know. And even he wasn't that good. He scored, but he wasn't that good. Like, he had multiple opportunities to score more. Like, here's what I'm saying by not trying. We know that if they wanted, they could have scored like probably double. They were they literally just let the game flow. They weren't rushing things. They didn't rush. Do you feel like at any point they were panicking?
No, I don't think they were panicking at any point because again, they were getting chances, right? And so they were getting quality chances. So forget at halftime when you stepped away, I said like for the Swiss, just keep on doing what you're doing, keep knocking, you'll get opportunities. And they did, right? The first half, you had the misses, the saves that were there. But yeah, like I'm not fully disagreeing with you. I think it's just your language that you're using. I'm just like,
no, I'm saying the language that you don't want to hear. This wasn't a Swiss team that tried. It wasn't. They weren't trying. You know, let me tell you what they weren't trying. The moment they realized they had the beating of us, they weren't even trying to play the game fast. They were just playing the game at their own pace. Them trying is them like, look, like, okay, look at the momentum in the first half, because you can see the chart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Them trying was them like maybe at the 38th minute, that little pocket of space when Canada started growing in, right? We started growing into the game. And then what they do? Bang. First goal. Then second half starts. Yeah. As you said, second half starts. Bang. Second goal. That's what's going on.
Yeah, where this is off because they scored at the beginning of the second half. They scored both goals.
I know they scored at the beginning of the second half, but I'm looking at the momentum here. Like,
yeah, but I'm saying the first goal is actually at the beginning of the second half, and then the second goal is appropriately.
But what I'm saying is, majority of the momentum was at the beginning of the game. Yeah. And then after the beginning of the game, once they realized Canada isn't scaring, like they expected more resistance from us. And then they went, oh, okay, cool. That point where you see Canada's momentum picking up is a point when Embolo and Manzambi left the pitch. That's that point. Because every time the ball went to them, we couldn't defend. We couldn't get the ball off of them if it's not fouling them. Let's be honest. They just didn't, like, I'm not kidding. You'll see when Switzerland plays another team and you'll see them trying. Trying to me means the team is actually like locked in. This team wasn't locked in. This team was going through the motions, just through the motions. If we get the ball in certain positions, we're going to score. This is a training thing. This is like training for them. And it's okay. You know why? Because Switzerland are a good team. This doesn't take away anything from Canada losing 2-1. Switzerland should have topped the group to begin with because they have a lot more players. Like, dude, they didn't start Ndoye. That's really crazy, right? That's actually a big call from their manager. Ndoye is a really good player. So they just took the game lighter. That's all.
Okay. No, I understand what you're saying now. Again, the explanation, I'm getting what you're saying now. So you're good on that. Flipping the script over to Canada, like they make it through the group. We're happy that they're making it through. They finished top 2 in the group. To me, there's a missed opportunity for them to top the group, but they just, like, I'm looking at the first goal that's scored, and it's just, you can't let a player get through 2 of your defenders into that space and get to because Manzaba gets to the end of this ball and just goes through Richie. Like, anyways, regardless, I'm just looking at this and I'm in a not in a like. Anyways, what's your takeaways from Canada in this game?
There's no takeaways. They are at the level that I expected them to be. They were hopefully the second best team in the group, and they became the second best team in the group. This wasn't a strong group. This was actually, we got very lucky. This is probably one of the weakest groups in this tournament. Us and Mexico got the two luckiest groups, essentially. Because Bosnia aren't as good, right? Let's be honest. It took them a last game against Italy. They played well, but still, they literally had to go through the playoffs. Qatar, I don't know how they won the Asia Cup. Money must have been spent, but Qatar, not a good team. And Switzerland, even for the European big teams, Switzerland, I don't think anyone would consider as a big team. Switzerland is a decent team. Switzerland are a team on the same level as give me a team. Switzerland is like an Austria, or a team you have to respect, like a Colombia, a team you have to respect. They've got good players, but you're not thinking of them like as a team that's going to win the World Cup or a team that's even going to get to the semifinals. Minimum quarterfinals is where you think they'll be, and that's where they hit the ceiling. They lose to, a France, an England, a Belgium, not even a Belgium, France, England, Germany, Spain, one of the big boys. Because they have, when we're talking about older players, they have older players. Shaka's old, Akanji's old, Kobal's old. Those are all players, good mixture of experience and old players, but players that know their role, players that understand what they're supposed to do. So for me, the only good thing, I will say there is one really good thing. Saliba played very well.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah.
And you were kind of saying him and Chouanier they historically have had chemistry. That did not come across. It was clear neither one of them knew who was supposed to sit deep. They were both trying to attack. Consistently, that midfield was getting bypassed, which means, in my opinion, you either bring in someone who is clearly a defensive mid, clearly a person who sits. If you're playing Saliba looks so good on the attack. We're actually hampering him.
Expand on that.
I thought that's the explanation is clear. We're hampering him because if you're playing in a 4-4-2, it's a double pivot, So both are box-to-box midfielders, but you need to have good chemistry. When one goes up, one sits.
Yeah, the other one sits. Yeah.
The problem is, it's clear they haven't played enough games for them to understand who's supposed to sit and at what time. And also, the 4-4-2 system is rarely played in Europe. It's rarely played anywhere. So it's actually a dated system. So most people play either if you're playing in a double pivot, you're not really pushing forward, like in a 4-2-3-1. You didn't see Xhaka bombing forward. Xhaka sat deep the whole game, right? Freuler wasn't bombing forward. Do you know what's bombing forward? Fullbacks.
Yeah.
Fullbacks are bombing forward. Wingers were bombing forward, and that's it. So the problem with this, even though it's a simpler system to implement, the 4-4-2, if you have a guy who's clearly an attacking midfielder in Saliba, and you could tell that cross was ping perfect.
Yes.
On promise. Ping perfect. You couldn't have asked for a better cross. But again, this is hard because you have to give Jesse Marsch some credit. We didn't have midfielders. He had to do a mixed match of things. But again, I keep bringing this up. If you knew you didn't have midfielders, maybe you should have brought players who are going to play. And you can't say you're lacking if two midfielders are freaking injured. That's crazy. You can't say that. You have a 26-man roster. Remove two goalkeepers. There are 24 players. The hell are we talking about? you should have brought enough midfielders, not just 4. So
Well,
that's my
no, fair. And the calls for, we've seen him go to a 3-man midfield twice in 2 years. That would have helped not getting overrun in that sense. But that's a whole conversation for the formations and such, because Marsh's just been primarily a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-2-2 in terms of how he sets up. But the result of finishing second means you have a quicker turnaround. So instead of playing on July the 2nd, they play on the 29th. So they play on Monday in LA. Is their turnaround. And again, they're playing the team that finishes second in Group A. And if they're able to get past that team, then they're either getting the runner-up from Group C, which is going to be, as it stands currently, Morocco, or the winner of Group F, which as it currently stands will probably be the Netherlands. And
so the
for
run-up
Canada,
of Group A, that's South Korea, right?
As it stands currently, yeah, that'll be decided this evening.
Well, it's going to be South Korea. What if South Africa?
South Africa's going to beat South Korea. South Africa hasn't shown enough to beat. Yeah,
and even if they do, I still think Canada has a good chance against either one of them.
Uh-huh.
I think that obviously South Africa would be a godsend, but but South Korea, either way, I think South Korea will play well against them. I'm not saying we win, but I think it'd be a good game. It'd be similar to this game, I think. With at least I expect us to have more possession. Just a little bit more, like closer to like the 40% range. But hey, not bad. Dude, get excited. What are you doing? This is the first time you've seen Canada come up.
No, because like I'm here, but then I'm also like listening to like ITV's half time, like the post game on ITV here. But no, like to that point, congratulations, Canada. We made it out of the group. We finished top 2 in the group. First time. Let me turn this off so my mind is here. So Canada finishes second. They will face probably South Korea, which means if they're able to get that again, it's not a Herculean push to get past a second place side. South Korea will definitely be the favorite in that side, but I think stylistically it might be ideal for Canada to play it a little bit up and down. The question is going to be, can they give up all the chances that they've given up in terms of that? But they get it through. So as it stands, Canada and the Swiss are through from Group B. And right now we're waiting for Bosnia. They finished with -1 on the goal difference, but with 4 points. So with more third place teams playing, that'll go through. But no, I'm excited for Canada to make it through.
Bosnia should go through. I'm happy for them too, because this is the first time Is this the first World Cup?
Bosnia? No, they were in maybe not as Bosnia and Herzegovina, but Bosnia would have. Let me see. I remember them playing like Côte d'Ivoire at a World Cup, but I'm not sure which one that would. 2014 possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Group stage. Yeah, they were in the group stage of 2014.
So this is the second World Cup.
Yeah, this is their second World Cup. Yep.
Hey, I'm happy for them.
Okay, it wasn't so. It was, sorry, my bad. It wasn't Côte d'Ivoire. It was Nigeria, because in 2014 Bosnia had Argentina, Nigeria, and Iran in their group.
That's a tough group.
Yep.
No, that's a tough group.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the first time they're getting out of groups. I think they're guaranteed out. Again, they'll probably face a really good team, but you never know. This is the World Cup. Things can happen. So, all in all, I'm happy with the result. I'm happy with the way it ended. And we said 4 points guarantees you through. I think
4 points would,
4 points guarantees you through.
But we like to thank Qatar for giving us 6.
Thank you. Thank you, Qatar, for not winning a single game this World Cup. No, wait, they drew against.
They drew against Switzerland.
Switzerland. So at least I got a point. But thanks for ignoring us and just letting us put 6 on them, so we're guaranteed through.
Yeah,
that's the only thing we can go for.
Yep. So that's where it stands here. Again, later on tonight at 6, we have Haiti,
Oh,
Morocco,
two
and
good
Scotland,
games.
Brazil. It's really the Scotland Brazil game that we're watching a lot because
Yeah,
if
Morocco
Brazil
should beat
beats
Haiti.
Scotland, then Scotland drops with their goal difference, and currently they're at 0. And if they drop early, they risk moving out, especially when you see the likes of DR Congo, who could possibly get through. You see the likes of Senegal, who you think should be able to get through, but they need to go. So the
They need to
teams that
score
are
3 goals, so that's
they
the
need to
issue.
score 3 goals. Agreed.
Yeah.
And so we'll watch that. And then this evening at 9, you have South Africa, South Korea, then Mexico, Czechia. We'll be back at 9, probably have one of those games up and just talk about the other 4 games that happened today. But really,
Well, you're not streaming the 6 o'clock game?
I'm on a tight schedule, sir.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think that's a better game than the South Africa game, to be honest with you. Because that South Africa game, South Korea is winning. Like, if Mexico, without literally shifting into second gear, beat them 2-0, I think South Korea beats them 2-0. Period. I think it's a. Wait, did South Africa? They drew, right? They drew.
They drew Czechia, yeah.
Yeah.
And South Korea beat Czechia in their first game. Yeah.
Yeah, they should beat South Africa.
We might come back for that. I don't know. I'm trying to get some things done early.
I know. I'm just wondering. I was wondering which one, because I think the Scotland, Brazil, Morocco, Haiti match is a lot more interesting. Because even if South Africa beats South Korea, let's say, South Korea still go through.
Yeah.
No, right? How many points does South Korea have? Don't they have
South
4?
Korea have 3 points.
They have 3.
And so they would go.
Czech, but Czech has to beat Mexico to go.
Yeah, but if South Africa were able to beat South Korea, now you're playing the game of goals conceded, goal difference, and that.
And at that point, South Africa loses because they would need to score 2 goals so that. Oh no, they need to score 1 goal, and then either way they would still have to score.
If South Africa beats South Korea, they're in second.
If South Africa beats South Korea the second?
Yeah.
Because you're assuming Mexico beats Czech.
Yeah, and I'm assuming Mexico beats Czechia, yeah.
Okay.
I'm working on that assumption. But actually, we might be back.
You know what? This might be interesting because I don't think it's a guarantee that Mexico just easily beats the Czech Republic.
It's an interesting setup for sure. Interesting setup of matchups is what I mean.
Yeah. But I also don't think Czech are good enough to beat Mexico. You know what I mean? Like it's the chicken before the egg. I think it's not a guarantee that Mexico beats them, but I think it's more of a guarantee that Mexico beats Czech than the other way around. If you follow my my confused reasoning.
I do follow your confused reasoning, sir. I do.
But I will watch. I think maybe the 9 o'clock I might not join, but the Scotland Brazil match, I am definitely going to be locked in on that one. That's the one I care about because I think I want to see how Brazil plays Scotland, and I don't know if Neymar's going to play. That's the only reason.
For sure. But yeah, we'll wrap it up here, guys. Thanks for anyone. Switzerland tops Group B, 2-1 over Canada. Canada play the run-up of Group A, and then possibly either and it all runs into it here. But we'll be back later this evening to talk a little bit about it more and go from there. Thank you guys for being here, and as always, we'll end our stream.